Greetings, people of Earth. Welcome to Theater of the Mind Players. My name is Rob Wheel, and I'm an author, game designer, and professional nerd, and I am the host of this program where we take a journey into the wonderful world of tabletop RPGs and play some of the best of them around with a wonderful array of talented folks who bring these stories to life to entertain and amuse. Tonight, we are playing the season finale of the very excellent Tales from the Loop RPG, brought to you by Free League Publishing. This RPG is a excuse me, an excellent game that delves into the mysteries in and around a government institution called the Loop, located in Sweden in an alternate 1980s that's a little more science fiction than perhaps those of us who were alive then remember. Now, this is our... what an accusatory glare that was, Sarah.
I'm doing my best.
First, for our podcast listeners, I do want to apologize. I am just getting over a nasty cold as my daughter has started preschool and has brought stuff home from school that goes just beyond her folder with her colored things in it. So I'm going to have a particularly odd voice for this episode, and be aware that
You'll just sound like Griffin McElroy.
Well, yeah,
he always has a cold.
He's always sick. So it is, maybe that's how I'm dressed. I'm dressed as Griffin McElroy, at least vocally. And I can assure you that both Tawny and Tony have taken shots of hand sanitizer, so they're going to be okay.
I just cut off a hand.
I got my flu
sanitize
shot.
that hand.
Hashtag herd immunity. Take care of your friends.
We're doing that on Thursday with my daughter, and she of course is like, why can't Mama take me? And I'm like, no, Mama's getting her shot through work, and she.
I bet you Lou will freak out less than I do when I do.
It was bad.
It's a flu shot.
I don't like the needles.
Like I was saying,
it's a needle.
See, I was saying that I feel like this is
the girl who fights with swords.
Like this is one of those things where you had to do the 18 thing, where you're like, okay,
well,
here.
We went to Walgreens for a different reason. And then I had to be like, while we're here, let's get in this random
line. The doorway.
So you totally said, yeah, we're going to the dog park.
Wow. And then I couldn't get it because our insurance is fucked up.
Yeah. Mostly because Ethan's name has a hyphen in it.
It won't register my name as being an existing name, even though it matches.
Oh, very annoying.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Facebook won't let me change my name.
I just imagine, hey Tawny, hold this lollipop. Ooh, lollipop.
It really is. It was in the plans to go and get the flu shot this weekend, but I freaked out. So
you just need to put the vaccine in like a blow dart and just shoot.
You should be able to do the nasal one, Tawny.
It costs money.
As opposed to like the old school.
Fancy delivery systems are an extra charge.
You can snort the
I'm gonna look
into
that.
Well, the nose one is a live vaccine, so it needs to be
I
through a doctor and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do that.
It has to be
but then I have to go to the doctor's office, which is another thing.
Just schedule your yearly checkup around this time.
So as exciting as vaccine talk is,
do it.
We're gonna try to steer everything back to our actual show here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around the table, and each of our players is going to introduce themselves. They're going to introduce their kid, and they're going to talk about the...
I don't have any kid.
No, your kid. And they're going to talk about their favorite moment from the last episode. So... everyone always gets scared at this because inevitably when you play these tabletop role-playing games, I'm honestly really happy that we have tapes of this, because so often than not when I start a regular tabletop RPG, people are like,
what did we do?
What happened? What? I don't.
Was I there for that game?
So I edited the last two episodes back to back, and I can't remember what was in what and what was in the other at this point.
That's my excuse too. So let's start with who looks the guiltiest. I think
I don't believe that.
I think we're gonna start.
Was this me?
Yeah.
Okay. Or was it?
Well,
you?
I was like,
So we're going to start with our very special guest, who is joining us for this particular run. So take it away, Jenny.
Hi, I'm Jenny Higgins. I am a brewer of beer and a maker of animation. I am playing. What am I playing? I'm like
the part-time Queen of England.
and I am also the part-time Queen of England at a couple of shows now. So I will be playing. I play Elizabeth, Queen Elizabeth, at Bristol, and I will be playing Anne of Cleves at the Florida show this year. So yeah, she's gonna be.
So how many queens do you have to be to actually get like health insurance or anything like that?
She gets the title Super Queen.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
So then you can be like, she's a super queen.
See, now
That's when they add the W.
I liked Part-Time Queen of England as a band name, but Super Queen, I feel like that's a great debut album name.
I feel like that's a cover band.
Yeah, that's got to be a cover band.
Because there's already a band named Queen.
And Supertramp.
Oh,
yeah. Who?
And we do
What?
Supertramp and Queen mashups.
I do love Supertramp.
In an Elizabethan style.
I'm here for this.
Yeah. All right. I'll back that Kickstarter. Okay, go ahead.
So, and I think my favorite moment from the last game is just how everybody pulled together when we like actually witnessed the important people in our lives forgetting us. Yeah. Like seeing Olaf, and it's like, my dad doesn't recognize me anymore, and figuring out it's like, oh, is it because it's not because he's and having to evaluate what's going on. I think that was really hard to deal with.
It's the ongoing mystery of Olaf's dad is probably one of my favorite subplots of this particular.
Going to solve it today, Rob?
Eyebrow wrinkle.
You don't solve things in this game.
Or it might be a cliffhanger for a later game.
I'll hang your cliff.
Wow, that's that was rough.
All right, thank you. Let's go to our any nominated member of the of the player team.
That's somebody else, right?
No, that's you.
Hi, I'm Sarah Babe. I am an Any nominated podcaster along with Lord of the Board Brad. I remember my husband's name.
She only had to read it off the cue card 3 times.
Right. It's okay.
To be fair, my handwriting sucks.
It does. It's terrible. Yeah.
Bard. Right. Bard.
That podcast is Plot Points, and I also just got back from recording series 2 for Encounter Party, which is super fun. And I play Melanie Weber.
I'm asking them to remember what happened last week, and they can't even remember their character names. That's what's happening here tonight.
Melanie Weber, who is the troublemaker, and she's 12 years old. Trouble Wizard. I'm the Trouble Wizard.
Yes, but what's your character?
I'm the Trouble Wizard. And she is 12, and I think, the whole you can totally get pregnant if you share toothbrush thing. I think that was.
I love that.
That was just so off the cuff ridiculous. And it was so funny. I loved it so much.
I love that part.
All right, let's go to our next player, please.
Hi, I'm Ethan Eichset Anderson, and I'm playing Olaf Olsen, the Hick. I think my favorite was Wings of a Dragon Angel.
Yes!
This, of course, would be the song off of Mythology's first and only album that you had to play to reverse the mind erasing that was going on in town.
I gotta say, I searched for hours on the web for royalty-free music that might be similar. Couldn't find any.
How can you find Wings of a Dragon Angel online and not pay 99 cents for it on Bandcamp somewhere?
Is that an elephant?
Yeah, I'm going on a safari.
Well, yeah, I know that. I'm not questioning that.
I stole this from the dog.
No wonder Wash has been hanging around. What are you doing with my stuff?
My stuff.
Get your own.
Today, my male human stole my food. I shall return his favor by peeing on his stuff.
Our next player, please.
Hi, I'm Allison Bree. You may recognize me from such titles as Glow and Community. No, actually. Blame Zoya the Destroyer.
Wait, what?
Will you sign my Netflix?
Okay, this is Tawny P. Thompson. I'm an actor, fight choreographer, and voiceover thing here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm gonna remember how to say words one of these days.
Dude, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Why are your elbows naked?
Because Zoya the Destroyer needs naked elbows.
I mean,
when I elbow people in the face.
that hurts more. I mean, that's like basic rule of wrestling.
Right.
And DNA transfers so that they
Also,
can
I dropped.
So what would
Get it.
be the communist version of the people's elbow? Would it still be the people's elbow?
Yeah.
No, the Politburo elbow.
the people.
The elbow of the people.
Yeah, the elbow of the people, yeah.
The bourgeoisie elbow.
Yo. Proletariat
Proletariat.
Proletariat elbow.
Krolbo.
For those of you podcast listeners, maybe you should look this one up on YouTube, though, because I am dressed as Zoya the Destroyer, and there's some pretty cool costumes around.
Right. This is our Halloween. This is our Halloween show. We're having like an extended Halloween run. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
The crew is dressed in various costumes. The closest I got was I'm wearing my I Survived the Gozer 84 shirt that I bought. It's really fun.
I'm a cat.
Yeah, so my kid. I'm playing Mags Stryker. She's the 13-year-old jock. And my favorite moment from last time was when we stole a cop car and ran it through the window of a radio.
Yeah,
this is especially funny given how like straight and narrow Tawny plays basically all of her characters. That she's like, yeah, we did something naughty. That's something naughty.
Wait, was I involved?
All right, we'll take the focus off you, and so you can go get your soccer ball and move to our next player.
Hello, I'm Tony Cheek. I'm an actor, writer, and voiceover actor. I am playing Alex Weber, the popular kid. My favorite moment from last time was probably the end of episode cliffhanger, which was...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah!
I do not remember.
What? I forgot until just now.
Are
you sure you remember?
Two households both alike.
You just sort of were very vague about it.
Oh.
The cliffhanger
Yeah, I got
was
it.
my parents are getting
Getting a
divorced.
Oh my god, I forgot about that!
You trauma blocked it. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's a tough time for.
Sorry about that. Sorry I had to find out that way.
Sorry.
Would you like an elephant?
Sorry you had to find out at
smells
the
like
beginning
dog.
of the next episode.
And that actually probably will help comfort her. Also, I appreciate Tony was really wrestling with his commitment to his costume because he's like, but this is my dice roll in hand.
Yeah.
You just balance the dice on top and you can go like that.
Ah.
Yeah, it'll be all moist from the sweat.
It's really going to be a
Moist
race to
sack.
see if
God.
whose costume degrades by the faster is Tony's or.
Oh, the only thing I'm losing is the gloves.
Okay. Yeah.
I might grow a hand at some point.
All right,
see.
and
I'm probably
our
with this spot.
last player here tonight.
Hi, I'm Jordan Fishburne. I'm a member of Theater of the Mind Players, where you'll be familiar with me in other roles in Theater of the Mind Players.
You may have seen my Theater of the Mind Players work in my Theater of the Mind Players. That sounds like your first resume that you put out. Like, you're like, I was an intern at my older brother's company, and
my character's name is Veruca Rue Johnson, and she is the weird kid. This is Nim, her pet rat. For those of you at home, I have a fake pet rat that's actually
With a
not.
tiny little
It
hat.
has a tiny little witch hat today.
I totally had a tiny toothbrush to bring you.
Yeah.
And I forgot it. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I forgive you. My favorite moment from the last episode was actually after we snuck into Neil's house and the
And
cop
Neil got shot?
Yeah, when Neil got shot. But my actual favorite moment was when the officer came in and was threatening to shoot us, but struggled with it just because of her like relationship with Melanie. I really liked that part. It was a nice, warm, fuzzy feeling while also being super terrifying because I was in danger of being shot.
Because that's really what we're here for, is warm, fuzzy feelings and also sheer terror.
Yes. I like that mixture. It's a good mixture.
All right.
Gonna do
So, let's get into tonight's episode. Now, the way that Tales from the Loop suggests that you start each episode is that you go around and kind of check in with each kid in their normal mundane lives. And the game itself recommends, as far as both pacing and as theme, to alternate scenes between the mundane and possibly even, you might even call them kind of sad lives of the kids versus the excitement and wonder of the technology and the weird stuff that they have to invest. We switch it up a little bit here because of our streaming structure, where in this case we're going to be pairing scenes of two kids with each other to kind of check in and see where they're going. And tonight we are going to start in the halls of the school, where we see Melanie and Sam are kind of crouched by some of the lockers in front of an open door as the kids mill around them, switching classes and going to different places. And Melanie has an intense look on her face. Good acting. And Sam has her hand is clutching a set of flashcards as they do a little bit of last minute prep.
Okay, so which one is the most confusing, and we'll start with that, so then we get rewarded with the easier stuff as we go through.
I mean, the thumb.
Oh, okay. So what they're talking about, it's like if you think about it's like two gangs meeting in the street,
right?
So we've got okay. So think about it like this. There's a lot of people, like it's like in the hallway at school, and Romeo and his homios, Mercutio and Benvolio, are.
Hold up! What?
I'm using that.
Thank you, Dr. Sparky Sweets. If you have not seen that, no,
I am very lucky. We are all very lucky that we are doing this game as deep into a run as it is, because there's this non-zero chance I would have changed the name of this whole thing to Romeo and his homios. Carry on.
So so it's like they hate each other, right? It's like two rival gangs, and
right?
They're like this. They're,
like me and Alex.
Exactly. So when you see Alex,
right?
What do you want to do?
Yell at him?
Okay, so let's say you want to be really cool about it. You don't want anybody to hear you.
I give him a mean look.
Good. Now take it a step further.
Closer. Okay.
We're getting closer.
Right. I'd give him a really stick my tongue out at him?
Yeah. It's like you're looking at me and it's like
by the looking at Alex.
Okay. So it's become a more sophisticated gesture, because that was like a million years ago.
Whoa. Wait. Whoa. Like if you have your thumb in your mouth and you're like,
yeah. Just like that. Exactly. It's Shakespeare's way of giving the middle finger.
oh, wow.
So, Sam, I want you to give me a heart plus lead roll here.
That was great.
Is the elephant going?
The dog has the elephant.
Nothing?
Nothing.
This
Okay.
is like code.
Do you want to push it? Do you want to luck it? Because if you succeed, the more successes you get, the more dice that Melanie is going to get on her roll when she actually has to take the test.
Oh, fuck. Not fair. I was not told there was going to be a test.
I'm gonna luck it because I am that invested in your success.
That's what real friends do, is they spend luck points on each other.
Ooh.
Are you going to push it?
They don't roll any sixes.
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, damn.
Okay, so go ahead and check a condition, and then re-roll again.
I think I'm going to be
Exhausted.
You've been running these
You were up
flashcards.
all night
I've
with
been up
her.
all night, and I know you've got this. I know you've got this.
We're just both like haggard, like shame.
So now what is that?
It's the same roll.
It's the same roll.
Yeah.
You just get to do
Can
it.
I can't help her with
No,
that.
because you're going to have to take the
No,
test.
because this is to help you.
Right.
You know.
Right. Okay. So
Help me, help me.
Yeah.
I believe you. I believe. Oh.
Yay!
All right. So I think the moment when you're both like the middle finger, that's when the English teacher walks by,
They're like,
and I think the English teacher is this, like, you know, the old, like, 5'0" shriveled old lady.
and that's who I'm dressed as for Halloween.
Except like I'm biting my.
And she just cocks her eyebrow at you and
She's
says,
wearing a red communist outfit.
"You're not wrong. Come along, Samantha." All right. So, we cut to the shot of the the tests being handed out, and, you know, sort of the test taking montage. So, Melanie,
Yeah.
you are going to make a roll
Yeah.
of mind plus comprehend with a bonus because Samantha stuck her roll of 4 dice.
Oh, that's real good. Okay, that's a very, very thank you. Okay.
Now, if you succeed, we're gonna cut away from you before we reveal your success or not.
Okay.
So
I won't tell
so just roll it.
But looking at my dice. Taking a test.
He just wants a copy of your successes.
Poker face. Poker.
As we cut to,
You want to look it?
we'll deal with all that once we get back to the main scene. We cut back to the gymatorium of the school.
Oh, I hate gymatoriums.
For those of you unfamiliar with the gymatorium, that would be the part of the building that is
Gym cafetorium?
We had a cafetorium.
Yeah, we had a gym
Yeah.
cafetorium.
We didn't have a gym cafetorium. Just a cafetorium.
Yeah.
well, they have a gymatorium where it's the gym part, but then there's like a very tiny proscenium stage in the one wall.
Oh, like in grade school.
And
Gymatorium.
it is the PE schedule time for 2 of the kids, namely Rue and Mags.
Oh no.
And
Oh,
Coach
no.
Larson blows his whistle and sets up the sport that
Oh no.
draws the terror
No.
of children between the ages
Rob,
of
why?
10 and 15,
Yes!
and that would be dodgeball.
No.
Not it.
I got this.
That was always fantastic.
Oh, my stats don't support this.
I gotcha.
Max?
What?
Can I hide behind you?
Sure.
Okay.
But just be aware, I'm gonna move if the ball comes at me and I can't catch it.
Catch it.
Sure.
Do you know how to use your hands?
That's a
when
good
it comes to a ball.
I've done my time in the gold box.
In the dodgeball trenches.
How do you recommend I move? I saw on the Discovery Channel that animals do a zigzag.
Zigzagging is good.
Zigzag? Okay.
Rats will actually go underground to escape attack.
Is there?
So they've lined up. No, it's just these two in this period. They've lined up the balls on the center field because you have to charge in, grab one, and throw. Bombardment is another term for this particular style of dodgeball. And lined across from the two of you, the other character
the Wildlife Club.
No.
Okay.
Kirk
the Jerk!
Oh, snap!
I bite my thumb at Kirk the Jerk. Okay.
He completely does not understand. He's like, "Are you sucking your thumb?"
Oh, is his jaw wired back on? We have questions on the side of the table.
What's that?
Didn't he get
his jaw?
I think it's
been rebuilt. Yeah.
Now you have an excuse to throw more balls at his face, though.
Or other places.
Places where there are already balls.
Oh boy.
All right. So here's how this is gonna work. You've got to roll body plus move.
Are you sure I can't sneak?
I can help you.
Legitimate.
Yeah.
That's.
I mean,
that is
get
kind
more
of
than
a
one
legitimate
thing.
If you want to sneak, you can definitely sneak, but that means that other people are going to be taking dodgeballs instead of you.
You watched it.
I'm sneaking.
You watched it too.
They're a lot tougher.
Sorry, Kelly.
She's not part of my inter-friend group. Kelly can go suck it. It's every kid for themselves on the dodgeball court.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
And these, of course, being the 80s, are the classic red patched rubber dodgeballs that make
Not those
that
gator balls.
poof
The real
noise
ones.
that
The
every
smell.
kid plays in their
I can
head.
smell the smell right now.
Yeah. You can smell and smell. You can
on
hear.
free sound.
I'd probably.
4
right,
little
roll it.
stripes that are all
I got a 6.
I also got a 6, but only one. What the fork?
Poor Kelly takes one right to the dome.
Oh.
Hey, I mean, it's not me.
That's how.
Now, you have a choice. Are you either dodging or are you grabbing a ball?
I would like to grab a ball.
Okay.
Kelly.
Yeah.
I feel like you're just far enough to the side to make your team think that you're already.
Yeah, you just like take like 2 steps past the border. You're like, oh, I was out. Just kidding.
Kelly look at you and be like, bro, don't eat me. Sorry, Kelly.
You didn't make us pick teams. I'm sorry.
I dodged behind her.
I'll avenge you.
We'll sing songs of your memory.
Kelly died in dodgeball.
Shot down in a dodgeball of glory. See, I'm 6, so it's technically not actually singing the tune. No. You guys are on the same team.
Thank goodness.
I think we even we'll take it a step further and do the awful thing that happened in gym class a lot, which was boys versus girls.
Why?
Oh, yes! Bring it!
I always did best at that, actually, when it was boys versus girls.
Yeah,
Girl power!
Yeah. I feel like they...
I remember making boys cry, but I'm not sure if that's just me making myself feel better.
I feel like all of the pent-up feminist rage always came out at that time when I was in school.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, let's show those stupid boys a lesson.
Yep.
You know,
Well-
like normal kids do.
Yeah.
Well, stupid boys are taking the initiative because Kirk the Jerk has also loaded a dodgeball.
God, has me blown on a knee yet? Walking.
Has the mustache.
And
Take
he's
him down.
he's looking at you like,
Got mustache.
Can I throw a ball at his dick?
Good luck
I
fighting
mean, it's a
it.
pretty small target.
Oh,
but if you're
wait.
gonna go-
How's your aim?
so go ahead and give me a body plus force roll here.
There's an extra die.
What's that?
It's another die from for
That's
me
good.
than the last one.
And I think this might be the first roll you're making without your soccer ball.
Oh, that's
I am using some luck on that.
Too.
Could she have thrown her soccer ball as like a dodgeball?
Nope.
Nope. Oh.
I'm sure that would have disqualified her.
Oh man, can you imagine how bad that would hurt?
Yeah.
A soccer ball is dodgeball?
Yep.
Yeah, it hurts a lot.
Try diving
Okay,
for
wait,
a soccer
1, 2,
ball and getting kicked in the
3, 4.
face.
Oh, try taking
done
a
that.
bat
I just wipe out
to your
some ones.
hand while you're a
It's
catcher.
cool.
It's awful.
Yeah.
Like full swing.
Okay, your girl got 2 6s.
Okay.
So,
One for each ball.
you have a choice to make, though.
Yeah.
Oh, moral high ground.
He lets his or he is about to let his dodgeball go right at Rue. You have 2 successes, right?
Mhm.
You can either spend those 2 successes to nail him in the targeted area that you want to nail him in,
Mhm.
or you can spend one of those successes to
Protect Rue.
protect Rue.
Max.
I will spend a success to protect Rue.
Thank you, Max.
Do I still at least hit
Wrong.
him?
Oh, you absolutely still hit it.
Okay.
Oh, so like you do that thing where you take the ball and you deflect that one, and then you come back with the...
Oh yeah, the old Captain America move.
Wham! For chemical
Oh, not my
noises.
jaw again! Why do you hit my jaw so much?
Well, you know, it's really big and it's really like out there. It's just like around and like look at it.
Like a caveman.
Because you can see that if you look down.
Go, Max!
And with that elimination, the girls' team wins.
In your faces!
And I only had to crawl on the ground 3 times in order to just hide behind people.
I like the idea that you just like elbow crawl. Like,
Rue, we need to start having some practices. I'm gonna teach you how to like
Well, you were showing
Dodge
me how to
things.
kick the ball with the soccer
Dip.
thing, but
kick the ball with the soccer. and Coach Larson comes by with Nim in his portable cage. Like, all right, and here you go.
thank you.
Now,
I would
Nim,
have
you did a good
started.
job.
Good job,
job,
at the
Nim.
cheering section,
I
Nim.
would have started throwing Nim as like a bomb, so it'd be like throw him just no, don't give me that look, don't give me that look. Throw him at people so he like launches onto their like neck and just like completely tears them apart.
I feel like that goes against all of the rules of dodgeball.
And school.
And
And,
does it?
And the
But
law.
if they're
Does it,
unwritten
though?
rules...
If you can dodge a rat,
kind
you
of a
can
gray
dodge a
area.
ball.
speaking of the rules of school, there are 2 kids here who are running late,
Oh.
and that would be Alex
Ha!
and Olaf. You have been waiting outside of Olaf's house for probably 10 minutes. Your dad, because he has temporarily moved out of your place, has been helping out by giving you and Olaf rides to and from school. And that's basically now the only time that you see your dad during the day. And you have politely beeped the horn, and Olaf has not come out. And your dad is like,
So I'm in the car with him.
yeah.
All right.
Do you does he know he's supposed to go to school today?
Yes. I don't know. I can't answer for him. Would you? I should probably go check.
Yeah, that'd be good because I'm already late for work. Okay,
All right.
no, it's fine. It's fine. Just I just want to. We just gotta go.
I'll
Okay,
be quick.
buddy.
I'll be quick.
Thank you.
Suicide door.
Like, well, like
DeLorean.
Yeah.
you know that feeling where you're sitting with your parent and you feel them just getting madder and
Mhm.
madder and
Yep.
madder.
I have no idea what that is like.
I have absolutely done that to Lou, and I feel terrible about it. It's just a natural
It's a
thing.
thing you do.
Because that, like, you basically got out of the car right as you're like, this pressure's too much. You knock on the door, and Olaf does not open it, but his dad does.
Are you dead?
Hi, hello, Mr. Olson. I'm looking for Olaf.
He's not going to school today.
Oh, is he sick?
No. Are you sick?
No.
Your dad woke up this morning, which is unusual in and of itself, and told you, and basically started yelling at you and telling you that you were not going to school today. You have no idea why.
No, I'm fine.
Hey, Olaf.
Hey.
Don't speak to him. He's going to that school and you're not.
I guess see you tomorrow?
Okay. Later. Like twice if you're in trouble.
He blinked once for those of you at home.
I head back to the car.
Where is he?
Apparently, according to his dad, he's not coming.
Is he sick?
Jury's out.
So, wait, so he's just not going to school?
To quote his dad, he's not going to school.
Jesus Christ. And your dad opens the
Oh, no. There's gonna be a dad fight! Oh, shit. My dad could be up your dad.
We're about to see.
No, we don't want to. No dad fight. Bad fights are bad.
I know. I'm trying to.
I'm trying to protect you, says your dad after Alex leaves the door.
From what?
There are things that you do not need to know at your age, and I am protecting you from those things.
Are we having the talk today?
What kind of things?
Things that are important! Sorry.
You're good.
But also important. Do you want to know?
If they're important, shouldn't I know them?
Are you talking back to me?
I'm trying to...
Are you goddamn talking back to me?
No.
Sit.
Are you okay?
Look, I left my
I have to go change my oil.
Yeah. We'll be back next day.
So, do you sit or do you peek around to see this conversation?
Oh, I sit until he turns around.
And then you peek around to see the conversation. His dad is talking with your dad. And it is getting very heated very quickly. What do you do?
Try to listen. Closer.
So if he's not sick, then why are you keeping him home? I'm keeping him home because of where they're going today. You didn't get that information either? Yeah, I think it's a great idea of where they're going. I think it's great. That's all the reason why we're all here. Maybe the reason why you're here. That's the reason that I'm here. Look. He's going to learn something. If he isn't mutated or killed or worse. You really think that? It happened to me. I hate having a puppet show, but Alex's dad says, all right, fine. I mean, it's probably easier to drink if he's not home.
Oh, shit.
Oh. Can I write a quick note and leave out the back and have my bike and start riding to school?
Sure.
Damn. Proud of you, Olaf.
Do you want to give me a mind plus investigate to see if you notice him? Is that all right for him to notice you?
Show, just gonna say.
Wow.
Very intense.
Left hand roll. Oh, the stranger.
Don't sprain something.
Hey! Oh, I got a 6.
Yeah, you see Olaf go out the back. Do you
Mhm.
basically like what do you signal him anyway, or do you just say, "All right, good luck, buddy"?
Well, do I see him look at me, or does he just take off without looking?
You tell me.
If I see you, I'd look at you and just give you like a I'm leaving thumb.
Because if he's looking at me, I want to do
Just
one of
hop
those
in the
like
trunk.
Zipper shut.
yeah.
Your dad comes back. Are you? And you're just pedaling.
Mm-hmm.
Shuts the door. Well, I think I just got you kicked out of whatever birthday party he's going to be having.
That's okay. I wasn't really planning on going.
Do you know what his dad's deal is?
I don't mean to speak out of turn, but the rumors have been that his dad drinks a little.
Yeah, a little. Just remember that if you ever decide to get a fake ID, all right? Actually, no, wait, bad dad. Don't get a fake ID. And we cut to...
Why do I like his dad more
I
now
don't
that they're
know.
getting divorced?
What are you picking sides?
This is what Jordan said.
Same thing.
Cut to science class.
Science.
Science. She blinded me with science.
Where you are
Yeah,
waiting by the door for Melanie to come in and tell you how she did on her test. Melanie, what do you look like when you come in the door?
I look like I've just been through a war. Like a war of words. And lots of brain. Lots of think.
Yes. And
I bite my thumb at that test!
Is that a good
Awesome.
thing or a bad?
well,
I don't
she
know.
totally
It sounds like a
F
good
that
thing
test
because
in
if
the
you-
A. Woo!
How do you?
How many
You
successes?
kiss your mother
did you
with
get?
that mouth.
That's
I
enough to
brushed
pass.
first.
Yeah.
That was way more than you thought you were going to.
I'm really hoping that was enough to pass.
Yeah. Like, probably like a B minus, but you know what?
Dude, that's a B!
I'll take that.
It's on the right side of C.
So everyone in the class is dressed up in some manner or shape or form. Because tonight is, of course, the big holiday party with the hosted by Alice and the other wildlife girls. So
The
there's
one
no
that we've been uninvited to.
the one that you've been invited to, but you also don't want to not be dressed up for school.
Yeah.
Because it is.
And we're still going.
And you,
Are we?
you're still going.
Yeah, we are.
So we've got so
Totally.
go ahead and describe what you're dressed as.
In the year of
So
1987,
this is for our podcast listeners as well.
in the year of 1987, Alex went to go see a little film called Evil Dead 2, and so he decided to dress up as Ash Williams. So I am wearing.
So did your mom or your dad take you to see Evil Dead 2?
Oh, definitely my dad. Yeah.
Is that one of those? If your mom asks you, we saw The Rescuers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I'm wearing. Currently, I have no hand. I'm wearing a blue shirt, and I'm wearing like 3 belts that are supposed to be like a chest harness. I also have a little Necronomicon, and I have an axe.
P.S. I am very impressed with the beltage.
Yeah,
Like, I'm super.
the things
like,
you
yeah.
can find at Goodwill, and then you just mess with them for like a
Right.
half hour.
Hashtag
So
Goodwill.
Melanie, he got away with seeing Evil Dead 2. What's the thing that you got busted doing that you are like upset over this?
I got busted trying to sneak into that movie because Mom took me to see The Rescuers.
Love it.
And I was like,
perfect.
Mom, I'm going to the bathroom. And then she's like, she's been gone too long.
All right, Rue, what are you dressed at? What's your costume look like?
So Rue is dressed as a witch, and she got so invested in making a tiny little hat for Nim that she completely forgot to make the rest of her witch costume, but she got her grandma to get her a hat so that she could match.
I like that you have like intricate brocading and like on like Nim's costume,
Yes.
and like you're like.
If I was more handy, there'd be like little tiny rats running along the rim of this hat where like she just got super invested.
Yo, dog, I heard you like rats, so I put some rats in your rat. So you can rat while you rat. I love it.
So she's just dressed as a witch. Witchy witch witch.
So the budget is kind of tight at the Watts house since Mom's a lunch lady, so I raided her closet and found out she has outfits that are favored by our English teacher. So I dressed as our English teacher. Nerd. I'll own it. Because, you know, it's what you got. You make do with what you have.
And what is Gort dressed like?
Gort, on the other hand, since he likes a high-stakes game of chess, has decided to dress as Death. Oh my God, now I can be the princess version of our English teacher.
No, it's a unicorn horn. Or a princess hat. I mean, like,
Oh my god.
No, that's not going to work.
No, it's a princess
That was a
version.
really good
It's a
idea,
princess
for as
hat.
long as it-
it's a princess hat. We're good. Princess. Oh, yeah,
Princess
princess
unicorn
hat.
now.
There you go.
He is dressed as Death from The Seventh Seal by Swedish filmmaker Ingmar Bergman.
That's so wonderfully
Nerd.
nerdy. I love it. Like, that's super nerdy. It's perfect.
I love it.
With Max Fun.
Sarah?
I'm a cat. Because my parents would not let me be the devil.
Well,
So you found the
let
next
you.
nearest thing.
They wouldn't let me go as Ash or one of the zombies from the Evil Dead 2. Deadites. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't see the whole movie, so
I know.
I am a cat. Meow.
Olaf?
I am dressed like I'm going on a safari.
Super adorable.
In other words, I got a pith hat.
That's
And
it.
a green shirt.
That's it. That's a costume. And Mags.
I've recently become obsessed with the American wrestling television show Glow, so I'm dressed as Zoya the Destroyer.
Which therefore means that the Netflix show Glow is canon in our game. And Netflix, if you're listening and you want us to cross over, call us.
Taking sponsors.
Andy's?
As
Chicken nuggets are
impressive
delicious.
as the kids' costumes are, of course, like Kirk the Jerk has got a like a Rambo. I think that's the most offensive thing I've said on this show.
Yeah.
And the wildlife club girls are dressed as the stepsisters from Cinderella, and they of course coordinate and match. The most impressive costume probably goes to Mr. Shielberg, who walks in with the Jerry curl wig and red leather coat from Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Yes.
You got the glove?
Of course he has the glove.
Nice.
You know what you're talking about here?
And Mr. Shielberg actually, like, it's actually a shot of him clapping with the glove, and then he says, "All right, kids, I don't want you to unpack your stuff. We are actually going on a field trip today."
Ooh.
I don't think my parents have allowed me to go on a field trip.
Nope, I verified it with all the parents.
Really?
Yes, I called them personally last night to make sure that that it was okay.
Wow.
So come on the bus,
Where are we
everyone.
going, Dr. Mr. Shielberg?
How does he feel
You'll
about
find out.
Olaf being here?
You'll find out when we get there.
Hey, I like your costume.
Thank you. Hee hee.
Badly.
He will move.
He walks
moonwalk.
backwards.
Yeah, he actually kind of like, I think he actually walks backwards and does like some arm motion to distract from the fact that he's not actually moonwalking.
I actually would have loved it if he was actually surprisingly, shockingly amazing.
Like that's his like side gig in the summer is he's like a Michael Jackson impersonator. I am the #2 Swedish Michael Jackson impersonator. Don't let anyone else forget it. Write that down as a character trait. Hold on. How do you react to this, Olaf? Because you're pretty sure that based on your dad's reaction, he did not authorize any sort of thing.
Well, he didn't even answer the phone, I bet.
I basically...
Or did you answer the phone and pretend to be your dad?
I don't think I knew about any of this until they were arguing.
Okay.
I just found out that, I overheard that they were going to take us to the loop, and that's why I left, because I wanted to go check out the loop. So I think I just find a crowd of people that are getting on the bus and just try to insert myself in the middle.
Fair enough. The old
us?
crowd. Well, go ahead and give me a
Because we can try to help you.
body
guys.
plus sneak.
Oh yeah, dude, you need help sneaking?
I'm a sneaky sneaker.
You need help sneaking?
Yeah. Rue can
You
sneak
want-
her way
you
out
want-
of.
I can
Can we
distract
create a
him.
distraction?
Well, whoa. Before we go Mission Impossible on this, let's have him roll first.
I'm gonna say, you want help sneaking?
I got 2 6s.
Okay, never mind.
You don't need help.
Yeah.
He,
No,
not only
like-
is he on the bus, he's driving the bus.
Hi, everybody. I'm your bus driver, Steve. Yeah, everybody, you climb on the bus. The science class loads up, and we head towards, we watch it as it pulls out of the school parking lot and heads out onto the road. And there is I think we watch as it dawns on all the kids as to where you're going. Normally, there's a road that you drive past, and that's about the closest that any of you have ever gotten to the loop before. But this time, the bus turns onto that road.
Oh, Pess, we're going to the loop.
Nim, we're going to the loop today.
It's not like you're gonna let me go to the zoo again.
Do we want to go to the loop?
Do you not?
We'll probably be able to tell some good tales.
We can see.
Don't you think?
Oh my
I'm not allowed to play with any tails anymore.
I mean, I don't know. Last didn't we almost get killed?
But maybe we
By
can
what?
figure more out by going to the loop.
Maybe we can find out what they
I
are
was
doing.
almost run off the road by a car.
You don't know what that's to do with the loop?
I assume it does.
I think, wasn't I with you?
I mean, they
for that?
wanted to eat my brain, so we're on the same level.
But
My mom
she was
goes there
kicked
every
out
day
of the
and
loop.
she's fine.
What?
She was kicked out of the loop.
Yeah, but it was obviously their plan originally before they kicked her out.
Yeah, but the loop is safe now because they got rid of all those people.
But we can see cool
I
stuff.
doubt that.
What if they have something really cool there?
Cool
like,
stuff for sure.
Like green, bubbly, like evil material, or maybe they have flying monkeys.
Or maybe they have an everlasting gobstopper.
Yeah!
I don't think they're gonna allow me to be anywhere near any monkeys.
Well, regardless,
I love this
they're
noodle
gonna let
incident
us.
you're building up.
All right. We need to break in and figure out what they were planning on.
I think they're gonna let us in.
No. We need to break into one of the labs or something and figure stuff out.
Why don't we just pay attention?
I think
And
it's
then-
the first time I've ever heard you say that.
All of a sudden
listen
quiet.
and learn.
You guys, listen. I haven't been on a field trip in 3 years.
Right, but let's think about it. They're not gonna
not
let us-
screw this
They're not
up.
going to let us into anywhere super like secretive and secret.
Well,
They're not.
Well,
so,
let's save
so?
the freak out until there's something to freak out about.
And if they're not going to let us, we'll just, go anyway.
The bus comes to a
Safe,
stop
happy trip.
at the first of
Do they have any idea what
at
it's
least
like to not
3
have a
different
future for
security
3
checkpoints.
Oh yeah.
And
You get your
the
colon
doors
map
open
now.
up, and Mr. Shielberg stands up and talks with the like you see the security guard walk up, and you see that he actually has like a rifle slung over his back,
Wow.
and
We're gonna die.
That's like the trank gun they had at the zoo.
That's so awesome.
What if they
the
shoot
guard
us
gets
all?
off.
What if this is a plot? Because we forked up their plan at the radio station.
Then it was really smart of them to tell everybody's parents where we were going.
Fair point.
Yeah, I mean,
Samantha always knows.
And the bus gets closer and closer to the cooling towers, which, for those of you who have the Tales from the Loop book, are the 3 towers on the front of it. And it's on the overlay for those of you watching at home. Thanks, Lord of the Board Brad.
that's because awesome.
Until finally the bus stops in front of the the main building and are met by a familiar face, Mrs. Wells.
Is that your ma?
Yes.
Watts.
And she gets on the bus and says, good afternoon, everybody.
Oh, Mr. Sam's mom.
My name is Mrs. Wells. I am the director of nutrition at the Watts. Sorry. this is my Freddy's the devil. I am Mrs. Watts. I am the director of nutritional studies here at the Loop facility. And before you go on your tour, we want to make sure that all of those brains have fuel in them. So we're going to be feeding you the same food that we feed all of the workers and scientists that we.
Oh, Mr. Sam's mom, is it your soup?
No. This is it's some of the stuff that we have here. It's more of a buffet thing.
Is it the same food from Homecoming? The podcast slash.
Oh dear God.
So if you guys will just follow me, we'll head right to the cafeteria and we'll get you well fed so you have plenty of energy for your walkthrough of the facility. And I'm assuming you're like are you like at the front of the line like, yay, this is my mom? Or you're like, oh God, I hope nobody notices that this is my mom.
Nope, I'm dressed like the English teacher wearing my mom's clothes. I am pretty much right up there with, hey, this is my mom and she's really cool.
And you make your way through, each of you gets like a little plastic visitor badge that clips onto your outfit, and you make your way through these alternately like white and green hallways until you finally get to the cafeteria, and the doors open up and there is a like a pizza buffet that has been spread out on a couple of tables, and Mrs. Watts says, all right, start with one slice, and if you feel like you need to have more, you can go back after you've had one slice, but otherwise we'll get everything together and eat up, fuel up, and then we'll get the tour started in just a few moments. And that of course starts the riot. And the kids rush to the food and scoop it up, and everybody sort of breaks off into their own cliques and starts eating and noshing.
Can I make a roll to see if I am able to actually be very polite and like on my
Best behavior.
straight and narrow best behavior?
How are you testing that?
I have no idea.
Like, you have control of your character. This is not
Right, no, but I'm
vampire
just
where you're
thinking,
like,
I'm just trying to think like, yeah, I do. I'm best behavior. Thank you. I appreciate. Thank you. No, thank you.
Melanie, are you ill?
3.
And Mrs. Watts and Mr. Shielberg are seated by themselves, and you watching your mom talk with her, you get the feeling that they're two adults that are very excited about this thing that they put together. Like they clearly have been they're like, just look at them, they're so excited. I know, it's great. I hope they get to see
Did you guys see any cool doors that we can sneak into yet?
Why would we want to do that?
I'm more concerned if I even want to eat this food.
Because it would be
But
fun.
Mrs. Sam's mom's made it.
Did she make it?
Well, she's the...
It's not polite to not eat the food that's been given to you when you're on a field trip.
Are you sure you're not ill?
You have no idea how weird it is to hear that from me.
You have no idea how much it sucks to not be on a field trip for 3 years.
Well, don't do that crap at the zoo anymore.
I'm just eating pizza like everything's great.
I just imagine there's like a picture of you like at the zoo, like the gate, and the person is just like, nope.
It's one blurry camera, like security camera picture, and you're like, yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
I'm allowed in certain parts of the petting zoo, and that's it.
That's it. Maybe the railroad. Maybe.
Maybe. With supervision.
Everything is going great right up until it starts getting weird. Specifically, there is a strange rumble and then the lights flicker.
Oh, I don't like it.
Ghosts.
And then a strange
It could be.
wave of green energy comes crashing through the doors.
Ghosts!
Superpowers!
How?
Well, let me ask you this. Do you try to avoid it?
Absolutely not. I want superpowers.
Do you try to avoid it?
Yes.
Do you try to avoid it?
Yeah.
Do you try to avoid it?
I tried to help other people avoid
That's
it.
what I was gonna say.
Well,
Yeah.
you can do that if you get multiple successes on this
Okay.
upcoming roll. Do you try to avoid it?
Yes.
Absolutely.
So you are like, in the face!
Can I
Everybody else is...
package a metal lunch tray to like block the rays?
All right, so go ahead and give me a body plus move roll,
Oh.
and we will determine the success of this rolls after our first break.
Shit, Rob.
We'll be back in 10 minutes to see who lives and who dies right here
Whoa, whoa.
on Theater of the Mind Players.
On
Yeah,
YouTube, it's
I-
instant.
I
See
did
you
not.
soon.
I did not sign up for that.
And welcome back to our second act, our fifth episode, Tales from the Loop, Mystery Mixtape 88. During the break, everyone was literally recounting their dodgeball traumas. And I hope that you, as the audience, feel free to share yours with us as well on Twitter or social media.
See, I don't really have dodgeball trauma, but I sure as hell have Red Rover trauma.
Yeah.
If you can dodge a wave of strange energy, you can dodge a
They
ball.
banned that at my school.
Yeah, they also banned that at
Start
our
playing
school,
for
yeah.
keeps.
Oh
after
yeah,
a
you
while,
started
yeah.
playing for like
Yeah, so
Clothesline.
it was all clothesline all the time.
Yeah, and-
like, all right, so anyway, everybody had a traumatic childhood, especially during recess. Speaking of which, I need body plus move rolls from everybody who is trying to dodge the...
Are you sure it's not body plus
moving.
four?
Yep.
moving.
Body
Can I
plus
use
move.
my
Is-
soccer
Am
ball?
I able to use? Can Gort help me out
I
with
don't
this
think
or no?
Gort can help you with this.
Is
Probably
my
not.
motivation to protect Nim enough to add dice to this roll?
Let me put it this way: if you want to use your stuff,
Mhm.
you can. But if you fail the roll, that stuff is going to be damaged.
I'm sure he can take a laser to the face.
But I love him.
Are you
I know.
meditating, Miss Thompson?
Plot.
She is.
Because I have because I'm exhausted. I lose one. Right?
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
I hope that test was written out.
I was
Okay,
thinking you
Nim,
if
I'm
you
just gonna protect
Oh,
you
Yeah,
instead.
you gotta roll that again.
Okay, I have luck.
Okay,
Ooh,
hold on.
ooh,
Hold
ooh.
on. Let me see if I can help you.
Okay.
I got Sam. I like grab her
You
by
got
the
her?
collar and drag her down with me.
You promise?
I got
Yeah.
two.
For real, you do?
Yeah.
Okay. You good?
Mhm.
You got...
I got two.
What the...
But your brother isn't trying to save himself.
Nope.
Just remember that.
How many dice does it take to pull him down anyway?
Sarah, can you just change
How many
animals?
licks does it take to get to the
Yeah.
end of a Tizzy Pack?
2.
I'm gonna say
Every test was 2.
Ooh.
it's still going to be. You need to spend an extra success.
Wait. So who currently... You're being a... Oh...
He just stood up. But we're not gonna let him do that because we're good friends.
You've always wanted
Somebody-
a flying takedown.
You're
on
being
a
the
bro.
worst friends by not letting me have superpowers.
You're all I have left if mom and dad are getting divorced.
You still have
Yeah.
them, they're just not together.
Oh,
You're all I
Blue
have
dice are
left
not
if
where
mom
it's
and
at.
dad
Red
get
and blue dice
divorced.
are where it's at today.
But I'll have superpowers.
It's because they match.
I'll be
Something,
an
yeah.
even cooler
Just-
brother.
Somebody's got him.
Anyways.
Somebody's got him.
I'll help him.
Okay, cool.
I
Wait,
don't
but what
want
about
you to
Sam?
help me.
Somebody got Sam?
She's
I got
Yeah.
Sam.
You got Sam? All right, all good?
Yeah.
All right. Fuck your superpowers. I want you alive.
Breathing. That'll be pretty super, won't it?
So, you all dive underneath the table as the green energy washes through the room.
Can I reach out at the absolute last second,
Does
grab
duck
Sam,
and
and pull
cover
her down
really
by
work?
her
I,
collar?
We're gonna find out.
I see Alex just stand up and not even try to move, so I grab him and pull him down. Too.
No!
I take you out by
Professor
the
X, I love you!
Those were my
I think Sam is, like, you see Sam standing there because you watch as your mom
No!
and Dr. Professor Shield
Dr.
both
Professor
get hit.
Mom!
Bravo!
So
I do have 2 extra successes.
The lights go down.
I think that's only to help other kids.
Well, you have 2 extra successes?
I also had 2
Which
extra
of them are you
successes.
saving?
Can I use my 3rd success to help?
It's going to be 2 to save an adult.
You could push it.
I am going to save the mumsy.
Only for the soup. That's the only reason.
Mr. Shielberg.
He'll be super.
He'll get to do. He'll just do Thriller.
We don't know what it is. Rob, what happens?
Okay, here's my logic.
Oh, are we on? Are we live, Brad? I didn't get the cue. I'm sorry.
She's the only one here that knows the way around the loop.
I don't care. This is emotionally charged, not logical.
So
He doesn't
it's
have a
darkness.
mom. He should someone else's.
Oh.
And then the kind of cries of confusions and sobs of kids. And then the snarls. And the growls.
I'm never gonna get a field trip ever again.
Just
And
like
the
zoo.
light flickers back, the lights flicker back on, but now instead of the harsh white fluorescent, it's the dramatic red of emergency lighting. And in that lighting, you can see that you are the only 6 kids who seem to be here now, and you are in a room where there is something moving
Guys.
just outside the lights. You can hear the clack of claws on the tile floor.
Can I kick a soccer ball at it? By
You
sound?
don't.
That's a 20% miss chance.
Do-
No.
Roll your echolocation.
No, you didn't want superpowers, so you don't have echolocation.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I feel like Dad made me practice blindfolded a little bit.
Why?
Zatoichi soccer?
Your dad didn't make you do it. You did it yourself, and like
Yeah.
you blame your dad because everybody else
This
thinks
is
it's
just
weird.
like
if you
Tawny
do it.
having a magical cabin in D&D where she just can grab anything she needs.
Hey, I did take an entire class on fighting blind. Just
But
saying.
did your character learn soccer blind?
All right, Daniel-san, why don't you go ahead and give me a body plus force roll, plus your soccer ball. You got to hit 2 successes to, well, 1
Body,
success, you'll
force.
figure out where the thing is.
I gotta take that.
2 successes, you may actually stun it or otherwise distract it.
Make
Or
it
attract it to
angrier.
us and
Yeah.
bring it.
That's what happens if you roll 1 success. But at least you see it coming this time.
Mags the door locks. Boot up the door locks.
Okay.
Wait.
Okay, I see one.
There are 4 success. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope.
That was
one-
kinda cocked.
Oh hush. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. 4
All right.
successes.
It was cocked.
It was not.
It was.
You hear the ball bounce once, twice.
3 times.
Do you want to spend one of those successes to have it roll back to you?
Yes.
Okay.
I have a question.
Activate
Yeah.
boomerang.
Should I assume I have a crowbar? Because something tells me that I couldn't get it past the loop.
We could find it in like a closet.
You were sneaky enough to get on the bus.
Mhm.
That's true.
You're probably sneaky enough to get off the
Did you
bus.
keep it the elephant?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
It's a very
So I'm
big
assuming that my
elephant.
axe is not real.
Yes.
But my
It
neck
is.
is.
It is the 80s. So.
That's what I was hoping for.
And you hear the definite squeal of something getting hit and being very upset about it as your soccer ball rolls back.
Guys, there's something out there.
And you just pissed it off.
No, I think I made it
Well, you
scared
heard
of-
like scream wee, and then thump, and then skip.
Oh, I heard it. I heard it. You heard it, right?
Is my mom?
Are you saying
with us?
hurt it or
Hurt.
heard
I
it?
hurt it. It's hurt.
You don't know how much
I've heard of
time
them
really
coming.
passed after the wave and the blackness. Like it's all like, even though you may have dodged the blast, you're all still very discombobulated and like not quite sure what's going on or where things are.
Sam, turn on Gort.
I was gonna say I'm gonna use the flashlight function.
Do I
Okay,
have to be able
robot.
to see it to empathize?
Yes.
Okay, shit. And I'm guessing that also counts for investigate.
Gort is very, very warm.
Oh.
What's going on, dude?
And
He needs your soul.
his light starts blinking in a sequence.
Is it Morse code?
Do I know?
It is S
Oh,
O
yes.
S.
So short, long, short.
Yep.
This
S
isn't
I thought it
good.
was just 2.
O.
Does he need a
Short,
Short,
checkup?
short, one long, short, short.
Either he's in trouble or he's telling us that we're in trouble,
Well,
or he might be. Is this something that he just?
This
that's
is
like
due for him.
between he and I, or because this could be going to.
everybody.
Since I built him from parts that I kind of found around, it could be he could be broadcasting.
This is the first time he's ever done it.
Can we still use his flashlight?
It's kind of like
It's blinking, but so now you see
Does anybody have
flashes.
epilepsy?
It's horror movie flashlight.
Yeah.
Yeah, now
You
it's
have
like
to
an
keep
ultra horror
shaking
movie
it.
flashlight.
You have to keep
And as you
shaking
scan it around, you see that some of the kids,
Mhm.
their costumes are flumped on the floor.
Oh, they
that's not
disappeared.
good.
They're running
They're
around
naked somewhere.
Nice.
Look, if there's one thing that's weirder to kids than an energy wave, it's nudity. Okay.
They're eating their brains. They're using their brains like they wanted to use my brains, but because we dodged.
And
Mags, it's okay.
the
We'll be okay.
over by where you kicked your ball, there is a largish reptilian form lying on the ground.
Can I empathize now?
You want to go over to it?
Yeah.
I'll go
gonna
with
go.
you 'cause
I'm gonna
I've got
go.
my knife.
Me and Nim are gonna check it out.
Okay. Because I have a knife.
Okay.
Have I ever
And
been
like
here?
No, not inside the
Mind.
loop.
Not inside the loop.
Mind.
Not even on like take your kid to work day.
I think the loop is the last place.
And Nim's
It's
gonna help
don't
me
take
poke
your kid to
around.
work day. Stay home with your kid day.
Yeah. So what are you trying to well, roll it and you get to ask your
My empathize questions. I got 1-6. Is that enough for?
1/6, you get 2 questions.
Is it an adult?
Oh, that's a good question.
And you, as a science kid, recognize this as a dinosaur.
What?
It's a dinosaur.
It is a newer one called a Utah raptor. Or newer in the sense of it's only been more recently discovered.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Dude, that's super bad.
You guys, it's a giant lizard.
No, no.
So
No, it's a dinosaur, man. Look at the raptor.
I'm gonna
Say-
choose.
No.
What
Dinosaur.
will the
Seems more like a
dinosaur
bird
do
to
when
me.
it wakes up? And what is their weak spot?
The dinosaur will probably try to stalk and eat all of you when it wakes up.
Okay.
Nice.
And
Mhm.
its weak spot is that it is normally a pack hunter, but there's only one of them. So you currently outnumber it.
Okay.
What if they turned all our classmates into dinosaurs?
But
I think we should tie their shoelaces together.
Oh.
I was hoping its weak spot would be like a scritch under the chin.
I just had a really good idea.
We could just have a dinosaur.
Who's a good
I just had a really good idea for a movie. I really hope nobody beats me to it.
Well,
We
don't say it
could-
out loud.
We could turn it back with the power of love. We could just give it a hug.
I'm not hugging that thing.
Maybe we can name it Tata because
That's
it's one of those Utah raptors that just got discovered, so we can call it Tata.
Rue? No.
These are all poor ideas.
Like, this thing's gonna kill us. Does it look like it Are there any
It
human
is.
clothes by it? That
Yeah,
It's got teeth like
there's
fish.
a black wig.
Oh my god, it's Kirk the Shark.
No,
And
Mr. Shielberg.
and a red leather jacket. In your head.
No.
Okay.
Is there a
We need to
thing
put him
with
on
a
a leash.
fire hose?
We're gonna put him on a leash and we're gonna take him with us.
no, actually, you're not. Max, you're actually kind of. No, I take his jacket. I start cutting it up into
Did
strips.
anybody wear a
so we
belt
can tie
today?
it together?
Did anybody
So we
wear a
can tie it
belt
up.
to school today?
I'm wearing multiple belts.
Okay. Wait.
You are
The
too.
belt has a knock thing.
We can just use
Okay.
belts.
Melanie, I need you to make a gosh, what's a craft roll? Let's go with
Tinker?
Tech and Tinker.
Oh shit.
Oh boy.
Ooh, you just
know,
ruined the really
sometimes-
expensive jacket that Mr. Shielberg spent
Yeah.
like hours making in his basement.
Or he had to buy it,
Can I at least
which
use my
would be
knife?
even more expensive.
Yeah. All right. Okay. What up? I succeeded.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
So
wasn't
what are you
expecting that.
making with this thing? What are you making
A
again?
leash?
I'm just basically tying it up as best as I can.
Okay.
Like, because it has the little arms, so those are gonna be tied up together, I guess, and then the tail and the legs together because it lashes things, and that's bad, and it claws things, and
Yeah.
that's bad. And I probably asked somebody smarter than me to help.
Is there a kitchen behind where like is like the actual production kitchen behind
Yeah.
here? So there'd be one of those really big refrigerators.
Mm-hmm.
Can we slide it? Can bind it as much as we can?
We roll it
Um,
onto a bunch of lunch trays.
And would there be any way that we can slide it
Yeah.
to
Give
the
me
refrigerator?
I find some olive oil.
body plus
and-
force roll.
Do we
Start on the
all
ground.
do it? Because I assume we're all helping.
Yeah.
Body force.
Yeah.
Body force in.
Oh,
Body force in.
Come on, Nim, help me find stuff.
So here is how we're gonna do this. You need to get 12 successes to get
Oh my god.
this thing into the freezer before it lashes
Before
out
it
at
wakes
you.
up.
I got 2.
And they're multiplying.
I got 1.
It ain't happening, yo.
Can I push
It
it?
doesn't mean that it's gonna escape. It just means that it's gonna get a couple of shots before you guys get it there.
Can I push it?
You
But
can-
it is tied up.
for now. That's why you're able to do it. But it's good. But basically, once this round passes, it's going to break at least one of its ties and lash out.
I'm gonna push.
I'm gonna push
To get
too.
more.
Okay. Go ahead and mark a condition.
I'm scared.
I got 4 total.
Nice.
Okay.
How many are we at now?
I got 2.
6, 7.
I guess I will push as well.
I will luck.
Do I get to roll an additional on top of the ones that I rolled before if I push?
The one,
Because I saved the 6 from my last.
then that one basically stays out. So you
Okay.
roll the remaining dice.
Okay.
I'm gonna
I
take
still just
upset
have
because
1.
this means I'm never gonna be able to go on a field trip ever again in my entire life.
Okay, 1,
Okay,
2,
I'll
3,
push it.
4, 5,
I'll push it.
and you have 9.
I had 4 altogether.
So 9, and you have how many? 0.
Okay, I'll push it. I'm upset. And I'm keeping my 6s and rolling everything.
Okay.
else.
So we're at 9 right
Out
now.
of 18 dice,
If you
one of
don't-
them landed on a 6.
If you don't get it, I'll push.
This is not a strong thing.
I got 3 more 6s.
So
that brings it to
To
12.
12.
Isn't that
I
11?
have 5 6s total.
So 5, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Woo!
Team,
All right,
we
so-
did good!
Well, I think what happens is you basically
One.
get
Suck.
the Shield Raptor onto the table.
Raptor.
Dr. Raptor.
Dr. Raptor. Love it.
Mr. Dr. Raptor, sir.
Mr. Dr. Raptor.
Mr. Dr. Raptor. Scoop him up onto the table, and there's like a moment where everyone goes, because that was a pretty loud thump. And you're like, okay. And you each grab and wrap your arms around I imagine that these are those cafeteria tables that have like the attached bench seating, kind of like picnic tables.
The rolly ones.
Oh yeah, they can
Roll-
fold, they
fold
can
up
fold
and
up so
roll.
you can roll them around.
Right, so you start pushing it, and it makes this awful squealy noise
Of course.
as you're pushing it towards the kitchen. And as soon as it makes that noise, the head of the shield raptor, flips and you stop. And then you keep pushing it, you keep pushing it, you keep pushing it. And then, Mags, your head is by where its raptor hands are tied up. And they start to like, clack, 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 clack.
It's waking up! It's waking up!
Clack.
It's waking up!
So,
Waking up!
squiggity, 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 squiggity.
Dr. Mr. Shearblood! Shield.
Squiggity, squiggity, squiggity. And then you get it into the kitchen area, and Melanie peels off, pops open the freezer. Squiggity, squiggity, squiggity.
No.
As you shut the door, and you hear it start to scrape and scrabble on the heavy metal door.
No. He's Dr. Kirk Connors now.
What?
The cold should slow him down.
I put my hands
if
on
the
the
cold
door and
kills him?
say,
Villain,
we're
the
gonna
lizard.
fix it.
Oh,
Dr.
It'll
Shielberg
just
will
be
be
the next
back.
Ice Age.
He'll you remember from science class where their heart rates just slow down
they sleep.
and they sleep for a
Yeah,
little
but
while,
it's
but
not
they
like
don't.
a regular dragon. It's Mr. Shielberg. Lizard.
He's not gonna be
He's
hurt,
not.
is he?
He's not
A
going to die.
regular
This is just
dragon.
going to slow him down. It's going to keep him from eating us, so we can figure this out.
But what if we kill Dr. Mr. Shielberg?
No.
Then
Mr.
we
Dr.
don't
Shielberg
die.
was going to bite your face off.
He
a
might
second
already
ago.
be dead.
We don't even know if we. You're
Rue,
upsetting Rue.
Rue,
It'll be okay.
He
Rue.
said it!
No, Rue, look at me, look at me.
It's all okay.
We are never gonna be able to go on a field trip ever
Okay.
Where's my mom?
Where's your mom?
Mom!
Where's your mom, dude?
Where's my mom?
Dude, where's your mom?
Where's your
Where's
mom?
my mom? And thanks for saving my mom.
Human or dino power?
Go ahead and give me an investigate roll.
I think
Can
anybody-
Olaf help because he pulled her down?
Well, anyone can help.
investigate? I can do that.
I've just been
really
rolling.
You said a
I
what
can't
plus
do that.
investigate? Mind plus investigate?
Yes, mind plus investigate.
I'm not doing that.
Hey, I got one.
The curse is
I
broken.
got one too.
Apparently.
I got one.
I got one.
Okay, so go ahead and take 3 more dice and roll
You
that.
just had to come play with us, Sarah.
Hear that, Brian?
2.
Your group.
We're your good luck charm.
Thank you. Whew.
Yay!
It does take a village. Today I think I'll be the idiot.
So, you make your way out into the hallway being like, Mom, 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 and oh, wow.
There's a lot of dinosaurs out here.
Well, no, not dinosaurs, but you see thick vegetation in the hallway. And you hear like the sounds of jungle animals and like strange flowers appearing in the
This is not an episode of Star Trek
grab-
Next Generation.
Yeah, I know exactly which one you're talking about. That happened to be it.
Super quick unrelated story. Tony and I were once in a hostel that was in an old mall.
Yeah, that was themed like a jungle.
Painted and designed like a jungle, so it looked like an industrial office that was taken over by plants. It
That's
was,
funny.
It was creepy because the mall was empty besides this one building, this one room.
So, like all
Wow.
malls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in Mexico.
Wow.
And the good news is that you do find your mom. Unfortunately,
She's a velociraptor
She
wearing
turned into a
lipstick.
plant?
no. You also find the saber-toothed tiger that is carefully seated at the bottom of the tree that she is currently at the top of.
This is exactly like the zoo.
Or Jumanji.
Or Jurassic Park.
This is so many good movies rolled into one game. It's so good.
All movies that haven't been released yet.
This is the inspiration.
You were gonna
Based
write.
off a true
You're
story.
yeah. I hope that if we do Tales of the Flood, like we have a scene where you write angry letters to all these, like, you ripped us off, you mothers.
Spielberg!
So is the saber-toothed tiger currently focused on my mom?
The saber-toothed tiger basically has this look on its face like she'll get tired.
Oh,
Is mom dangling from the edge?
We could go.
She is curled
She's curled
onto
up
a
onto it.
branch,
Mm-hmm.
but you do see that branch is kind of wobbly.
We could go back into the kitchen, grab some steaks, and throw them across so that it'll go for the steaks, and then she can come down and come back in
And where are the steaks, Mags?
the kitchen.
Yeah, but where in the kitchen?
In
The refrigerator?
freezer.
There's more than one. This is a big facility.
Oh, but there is a freezer.
Didn't we just put him in there?
We put him
No,
in
we
the
put him in the
fridge.
fridge. We didn't want to freeze him
We
to
didn't
death.
wanna
It's
kill
Dr.
him.
Mr.
We just wanted
Schubert, man.
to slow him down.
Oh, I think I directed you to the wrong door.
No.
No, Rue, no, Rue. Let's.
It's okay.
We gotta do this fast. Let's go get.
I think you can find some steaks if you put your mind and investigate it.
Me?
Well, anyone who wants to do that.
Anybody that wants to save her mom. I was anticipating more your mom jokes other than the saving your mom
Yeah.
jokes that were
I
getting
guess
it.
It's not that funny when she's dangling in front of the chops of a.
I got one.
Ooh, I got one.
My
I got
one
two.
dice gave me one.
I got
Alright.
two.
Ooh, I got another one.
Yay!
I did have to use luck, but
We're
I got
like-
another one.
Hopefully
so
we're
some
not using
steak
up all the...
finding.
So yeah, you were able to find it's not all like ribeye steaks like some of you find like like the
Hamburger.
hamburger
The
and,
big
like,
tube of ground beef.
tube of ground beef.
Oh no, we keep it Salisbury steak. Is that institutional Salisbury steak? Is
We could make a
always
path
good.
to the freezer with the. No, that's too much.
So
We just
are
need
we
to
pro
get away from
or
them.
con hurting these things?
Because we don't know if it's
They
a
could-
person, though.
What if this one's Kirk the Jerk?
Oh.
Is it wearing a red headband?
Does it have a mustache?
No.
I pull out my knife.
I like that you want to
Saber
punish
tooth.
him for the heresy of liking Sylvester Stallone. I think that's very adorable.
He's not allowed.
It's a very violent Sylvester Stallone movie.
It's not for him.
Go watch some Jean-Claude Van Damme, you bastard.
You've got Schwarzenegger. Shut up.
Yeah, go watch those Kurt Russell movies.
You Steven Seagal bastard.
I love me some Kurt Russell. Sorry,
I know you
segue.
So let's throw the
let's do
steaks
it.
far away.
Well, you can throw them or you can use them to lead it to somewhere because you found
Lead it.
enough.
Let's
To a
lead
well?
it. Oh my gosh, Oh no, that's a bad idea. I was gonna say we could lead it to the refrigerator so we could have a Velociraptor versus Saber-tooth tiger fight.
We can lead it to the freezer.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a good idea because it's
Lead it
warm
to the
blooded
freezer.
and it'll eventually be okay. And even if it does go into hypothermia, that wouldn't be too bad because it's got
We
a lot
can
of
also
fur.
turn it down.
Boom!
'Cause the
You're
dial's on the
smart.
outside.
But then all the food goes bad.
Is he in some kind of shock that he's like?
Okay, Alex.
I think he's still messed up because he didn't get his superpowers.
Yeah.
He's like, I just wanted to be able to
Dino
regenerate like
boy.
Wolverine, you guys.
That is going to be one well-fed saber-toothed tiger, and won't you feel good about that?
Yeah.
All right, so we create a path.
And the tiger does see the easier meat that is on the floor and opts to kind of nosh it, like buffet line its way through that.
Can I assume one of us is waiting by the freezer to slam it shut when he goes in?
Oh,
Behind the door.
Who drew that short straw?
Not me.
I have experience with this. This is just like the zoo.
We're really going to be in trouble when we run out of your zoo experience.
In this whole situation, every time she says something that sounds crazy, I'm just like, no, trust her, really.
Yeah.
It's like,
Like we've been kicked out of multiple zoos.
I'm not even
somehow that's
allowed.
the most comforting thing you could ever tell me in this point.
I'm not even allowed in Amsterdam, and I'm 12.
So
So after we get him back in the freezer, can we run back to Mrs. Sam's mom?
no, she's dead. Just kidding.
She wasn't actually clinging to that tree. She
It was-
that was rigor mortis.
It'll let go in a minute and she'll drop down to the ground. And I'll be,
It's
Therapy
the
will help
season
you do that.
finale. No characters.
You can be like me and have no parents either.
Did we ever
Because mine
discuss
are
that Neil was
divorcing.
okay?
What was that?
Did we ever discuss that Neil was okay?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
He was
Okay.
okay.
Making sure, just make sure.
In an earlier draft, the opening scene was going to be you taking care of him at while he was on bed rest, but I was like, eh. He's fine.
Scrubbing bedpans, just like community service.
He. So,
I feel bad
Mrs.
now. I feel like
Watts.
he's just in some room,
Mrs.
just like,
Sensible, Mrs.
maybe they'll visit me. I don't know.
I think Dr. Shielberg got turned into a dinosaur.
And we can peek in the window and see if he's still a dinosaur, right? Like, see
He's
if it's
pacing around angrily.
I put my hand on the
Well,
glass.
maybe Mom can
And
shed
he
some
puts it
light
on
on this.
the other side.
I knew I should have gone to those safety meetings, you hear her say to herself.
What? You didn't go to the safety meetings?
Well, I didn't think they were going to be covering, I don't know, massive jungle growth. I figured they were going to be talking about, like, you know, how to mark a tourniquet or, like, mop up blood on the floor if somebody cut themselves.
I thought you were a lunch lady.
I don't like that term.
But they called you the director of the
director of nutrition.
That's like,
Well, yeah, for the lunchroom.
but that's like
okay.
the director. That means like you're in charge.
You tell the nutrients to
Well,
go where they're supposed to go.
I might be. I haven't seen any other adults since whatever happened.
They're all dinosaurs.
My God, your mom's the leader of the loop.
So are only the adults dinosaurs?
We don't know where the other kids went.
Maybe because the jerk is being eaten.
Is there, what about a security room? There's got to be cameras all over this place, right?
We could break in there.
Or we could just
Or
not.
we could just see if the door is open and go in and look.
Well, I just assumed it would be locked.
Because it's a security room.
This is how we don't get field trips.
Well, I
Okay,
kinda have
no,
a
you
feeling
know.
that
It's gotta be
they're
the
gonna know we
safest
didn't do this. I know.
You're right. We should go to the nearest security post and see what the deal is.
Where's that?
Right. Let's do that. Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
I think it's this way.
What do you think?
Do you have a map?
No.
Oh, can we look on the wall and see if they have one of those, like, emergency exit, like, this is where you leave if there's a...
Sure. Give me a
Tornado,
mind
or
plus
here's
investigate
the-
roll.
Oh, Rob.
What? I can't help that you always you zero in on the solution that your character
I failed
is.
to notice anything on the walls.
Well, this is covered
One
by
is
jungle
going to
plants
fail.
at this point.
Yeah, this is true. Does anybody else want to maybe try,
Nope.
maybe?
Nope.
Just me?
No, everybody's tried. They've all
I'll
failed.
use
Tried and we've.
I don't want to try on
I got 1-6 after using my lucky skill.
So
My lucky,
I
lucky
say
skill.
we send the smallest individual, which is one of us,
Me.
to crawl into the drop ceiling to trace the wires of the security camera. To see
Well,
where
but she
they
rolled a
lead.
6.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
No America without Erica.
All right, so go ahead and give me a body plus move roll.
Should we double this?
Double team it. Do it.
Yeah,
We both crawl up.
Yeah, I only have 4 dice for that. Nim
If
can
you
help
want to
me.
use Nim to scout ahead, I
Yeah.
absolutely think that that's something that Nim could do.
Okay, Nim, let's go.
I'm sure nobody will eat him.
Got my eyes on you. You're too interested in the possibility. I got 2 6s.
She's
2
referencing
6s.
the zoo again.
I got 2 6s.
Okay. You
luck isn't going to
scoop
keep
up
up.
into the drop ceiling and scurry alongside of it. Nim is like, you know, skirp, 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 and then, you know, runs ahead and skirp, skirp, skirp.
Good job, Nim.
And then Nim stops and kind of looks back at you for a second like, skirp, and points downward.
So it goes back there. Can I move the tile?
You scoop up the tile, and there is a security room, except it's covered in... Except you scoop open the tile, and a fleck of water splashes you in the face.
It's alligators.
And you see that there is water coming up from the floor like raindrops and hitting the ceiling.
Oh, that's super messed up.
The upside down.
Cool.
We can't use that term.
It's the downside up.
See, anti-gravity.
It's the oopsie daisy room.
Topsy-turvy.
Yeah.
The
Ooh.
busy lifting. drink.
And the seats in the security office are covered in a fine red dust.
Oh, that's not good.
Dust. I want to
fool.
lean down a little bit more and investigate. Can I do that? Will that give me more information?
Yeah, but this that'll if you how many success did you get on the body and move? Was it 2? Okay. What are you trying to find here?
I'm trying to see if I can climb down into the room or if I think it's going to be too dangerous with what's...
You should be able to
Is
climb
there a
down.
name tag?
At the very least, you should be able to get onto one of the chairs.
Okay. Because I'm trying to figure out if the raindrops are coming up, are like the computer monitors and stuff still on?
Yeah.
Because there's water in there, so I didn't know. Okay. Nim,
Script.
if you don't see me come out of here, tell my friends to save me. I love you very much, and I give him a kiss on the nose, and then I go down there.
Oh god.
I crawl down and get on the chair.
And the chair kind of squiggles underneath you, but you're tiny, so it's not that bad. And you just see emergency lights blinking everywhere.
Do
Is
you
there-
feel lighter?
Is there anything on the monitors?
Yeah, she flies up to the
Go
ceiling.
ahead and give me a check plus calculate roll here.
Oh boy.
What's that, Nim? Rue's totally fine and doesn't need our help? Great. Cool.
She's having a grand old time up there? That's awesome.
Good for
Did
her.
Timmy fall down the well?
So, because Nim is still up there, I only get to roll 3 for this one. So
Don't forget,
let's...
and remember, if you have a condition, you subtract 1.
Oh, yeah. So I'll just get to roll 2 for this one.
Oh god. This is terrible.
I'm going to use luck.
Oh my god.
Nothing. I see...
You can push it and take another condition.
Oh, we're in our second quarter, right? So...
Some clock management from the sidelines. We can blow that time out. It's fine.
I'll push it.
Okay, mark that condition. What condition are you marking?
I'm gonna be tired.
Yeah,
Exhausted.
crawling around in the ducts or the drop ceiling is not easy.
Yeah, not easy. And then I had to crawl down here,
That's
and I'm scared because Mr. Shieldberg.
And you didn't get to eat lunch.
and I didn't even get another 6.
Oh man.
It's
So
all
I
just blinking in you, and you're just like, it's all bad. Everything is bad. It's all red lights
Yeah.
and bad.
There's just a lot going on, and I don't know where any of those rooms are, and most of them are static, and I don't know what's happening.
So Nim comes back, and who does Nim report to if you're sending him to give a message to somebody? I'm assuming you've designated somebody as the second in command.
I'm going to tell Sam because she has a buddy too, so she knows what it feels like to communicate with somebody without talking to them.
So Nim comes back out of the ceiling, runs over to the Gort, squeaks at Gort. Gort turns to you and says, "Yeah, Rue's freaking out."
Okay, we got to go up Rue.
Does Nim know where the room is now?
Yeah, Nim can take you into the regular door, not through the.
Oh,
roof.
okay. Yeah, Nim.
Would a body
Nim, where is she?
sneak be helpful for this?
Why?
Is you're sneaking to the ceiling?
Oh no, Nim's gonna take us to the door.
Yeah.
Through the
We're on
regular.
way now.
the
that
regular-
he knows
Oh,
where
I
it is.
thought we were going to the ceiling. I'm sorry.
No, if we all had
I
to
was
get up
think-
in the ceiling,
Well, I don't
I'd fall
think
through
Mrs.
in the
Sam's
wrong
mom would
place.
fit.
I was just thinking about the zoo again.
What are you trying to say about my mom?
That she's an adult, so she might not fit in the ceiling.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
No.
Okay, let's go.
Well, she's like, I think I could.
Nim knows where the door is.
I was real scared.
Achoo.
Yeah, I
It was
thought
gonna
that
be
was
like-
not a real
yeah.
cough. I thought that was
she starts
coughing up.
throwing.
Oh, does anybody want to make a mind and investigate roll?
God.
On Rob?
Oh.
Acting!
She's dying. We have to put her in the
Sinus
freezer.
problems!
So is mom just like,
I know nothing.
what's going on with mom?
Anybody who made that roll noticed that when she coughed up some red dust.
She's turning into a dinosaur. She's turning into a dinosaur! I didn't see anything.
Only one of
You
us
need some
saw.
water, mom?
Yeah, I mean, for it being a jungle in here, it seems like it's fairly dry. There's probably some,
Tab.
There's probably a water cooler in
Probably some
the
tab.
security room.
Surge.
yeah,
let's go to the
that's fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's definitely
Let's
a
get you
lot
some
of
water.
water in the security room.
Yeah, that's true. All you have to do is open your mouth and look down.
I don't want to drink floor water.
So we go and we find. we
I
go to the door.
I push off of the desk and roll the chair across the room so I can open the door because I
Okay.
don't want to stand on the ground.
And you open the door, and the rest of the crew wanders in. And-
The lights are red
Here's
and the just, TVs are staticky and I couldn't see anything. I'm sorry.
Why is it raining up?
It's a topsy-turvy room.
Why is anything? Hey, mom, here's some water.
Why
There's
are
also-
you?
You turn to your mother, and you see her looking at the red dust on the chairs and at the red dust on her hand, and is clearly doing some addition in her head that she does not want to add up.
Is it people?
Scroll.
Soylent Green is people.
Thank you, Sam.
There's a lot of like this red dust stuff on the chairs too, and there was a little bit on the desk. I don't know what that was, but I only got it on my shoes. See?
Can we look at the cameras and see what's going on? Because you're good at that.
There are a lot of piles of red dust.
Oh boy.
And where there are not piles of red dust, you see reptiles of a variety of sizes.
Anyone?
Yeah, I know. That's what I thought too.
That are patrolling the halls, and
So how do we
Dusted.
stop this? Can we tell if it started? Is there somewhere that it started? Is there what?
Yeah, are there any rooms on these security cameras that look like they're not affected? Like there's a scientist in a room going, "Oh shit!"
just going fuck, over and over, but you can't actually hear him saying.
Yeah, exactly. But you totally know the.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Because remember that time you flushed something you shouldn't have, and you're like,
There you do see one room where there is it's hard to make out what's in the room because there is a bright light in it, but the light kind of shimmers and twitches, and it takes you a while to stare at it, but you realize that it's not a light. It looks like it's like a gateway. Like an energy portal, because you can make out the edges of it, and beyond the edges of it you can see sunlight.
Stargate.
is it getting? Does it look like it's getting bigger?
Time travel.
Or is it kind of? Does it seem kind of stable? Like, is it just kind of in the middle
It's
of the
hard
room
to
and
tell
it's like,
on a security VHS monitor from 1988.
That's true. That's true.
Do we have to turn it off?
Hey, Mom, where's that?
That's one of the orange sectors. I can't get in there.
We don't
Like,
have. We
that-
gotta.
That's one of those sectors where if you don't have the badge and you go in there, if you come back out, you don't have a job anymore.
I mean,
Can
we
I-
drove a car into
Well,
a
are we
radio
really
station. We
worried
got
about-
this.
Can I search the room
We don't
for
work here.
like a key card? We're in the security room.
Is there
Right?
one
Yeah.
in a pile of dust?
Maybe
that
Is
is
there
floating?
an
Yeah.
income
Trash.
into that? Like, does this place have a public address system?
Do we want to draw attention to ourselves here?
Well, they don't know where we are.
If
But
it's
what
a
about the
PA
dinosaurs?
I found out there's one at work.
If it's a PA system,
Oh
then
yeah,
they won't
it was
know
when
where
there
it's
was a
coming
bomb in
from.
the parking lot.
So that would be a
Yeah.
tech plus calculate roll to figure that out.
It was super unsettling.
Normally those things are in like one place. A PA
Are you
system.
using Gort or no?
They are dinosaurs. Do you think they'll
Is
know
Gort
where
functional
the...
enough to help
Are
out
they
with this one?
full dinosaurs, or do
He
they still have
can
their
be,
minds?
but every
I
time
don't
that you
think Mr.
use them,
Schellberg would have attacked
and if
us
you
if he
fail,
was
that
still
might
in
be
the-
the moment when his batteries run out.
What if
Yeah.
that was Kirk the Jerk and not Mr. Shielberg? We
It
don't
was
know.
definitely Mr.
I kind of want to let him rest a little bit
Fair enough. I think we need Gord.
because I think it's going to get hairier later.
Yeah.
Well, you know, a Gort in the hand is worth two in the bush.
Chapter 6.
So.
Nope.
You're like, yeah, that.
Wait, that one all the way at the corner?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, that one was not.
Like, you're used to, like, you know, Mr. Microphone or like a ham radio, and this is there are so many lights and things beeping at you and consoles, and you're just like,
I thought it would be like The Office, where there's that one thing that looks like a microphone and the
Right.
one button sort of thing. Like,
All right, so we drove a police car into a radio station like not 2 weeks ago. I think we can make this happen.
go ahead and give me a mind plus investigate roll.
Okay.
Sam's mom.
We were playing one of those games that Sam likes where you roll the dice and
I'm
you
going
tell
to
stories.
use a luck.
Your real
It
life.
was Dungeons and Dungeons.
It was Dungeons and Drivers.
Max, quit lying.
Nope.
You're super
I'm
bad at it.
what?
Nothing.
I'm not lying. We didn't do that.
Yeah, you are.
We were playing that game. She has the
No.
book.
There was,
There's paper.
yeah, no.
You
Go
roll.
ahead and give me
Oh,
a
God.
I'll take the
heart
loss for
plus
this.
charm.
Heart is 4. Charm is 1, but I'm upset, so
So it's just the 4.
just the 4.
No?
No.
Is there any way you can use your soccer ball on this?
Knock her out.
Well, I don't know that. I'm sorry I had to do it.
It was worth a try. Shit, let's go.
I'm using
I'm
it
not-
to
no,
distract her.
Based on the cat, and how hard I kicked it, I probably knocked out her memory for a few minutes before I hit her, so we're good.
So,
Are we fixing to get in trouble?
I think we're all in trouble
love how
right now.
I love how the world seems to be ending, but we're worried about getting in trouble for driving a car through a building.
we'll talk about this later.
Yeah.
It was the
Later.
game.
You're lucky that there are. You're lucky that we're going through some kind of protocol event right now.
Oh, it's definitely related.
No.
We're lucky that everybody you work with will be able to carpool in a shop vac now, Mom.
Oh!
Wow.
Oh!
12 is a rough time for a girl.
What's your middle name? Because she's dropping it.
Oh.
I don't.
Iphigenia.
I've never met these.
What is it?
Ephigenia.
Ephigenia?
Yeah.
Samantha Ephigenia Watts.
Oh,
We are going to have a very long talk about this after we have potentially stopped the world from exploding.
Is that the F
Your
word?
middle name is Ephigenia.
Shut up. Yes.
Did you use were you using your
I'll
glasses
give you
when you
all
were
the
looking for
tips on
stuff?
how to not,
No,
you know,
but-
You should do that.
get in too much trouble.
Can I do that again?
Nuts in solitary.
Yeah.
What was that? Mind.
Mind plus investigate.
Shouldn't you really just roll 2 more dice?
Yeah, just roll 2 more dice.
Hey,
okay.
Jeez, nice.
Yeah, well, actually, it's funny. You put this. You're like, oh, wait a minute, and then you put like
Yeah.
you're like, do I ruin the effect of the costume? Never mind. And you put the glasses on, and sure enough, they cut through the dust on the floor to see that there is a key card in one of the piles of dust. Groovy. And
Oh, well done. Well done.
And I grab it.
We're breaking in.
and sure enough, it is an orange key card.
I got an orange key card.
I
We
suddenly
can go.
feel like we're gonna die.
Will friend
anytime
computer
soon.
want us to have that?
Look at you and your crossovers.
Mrs. Watts,
I'll help our
because
computer.
we don't work here, can we go into the orange zone? They can't fire
I think
us.
security protocols are probably going to be a little lax until
Yeah, I don't
we
think
get.
I don't think they're gonna have anything to say about it because they're dinosaurs now. So.
I mean, it's not like you're in trouble for
They might say,
driving a car into the front of a radio station. Apparently,
I rolled a natural 20.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
all right.
Allegedly.
Like I said,
Allegedly is
we're going to
your
talk.
favorite word.
Mrs. Sam's mom, let's have another glass of water, man. Mrs. Sam.
And you see her dissolve into red dust.
Roll for sanity.
And that is where we end our second act of our
Oh shit.
Quick, someone dust it up.
Tales from the Loop episode.
to have 2 dustbusters for the car.
No, Melanie!
We'll see if the kids can put Sam's mom back together in our final act of our final
I'm
episode
desperately just trying to scoop her up.
in
We'll put her
10
in a
minutes.
We'll find a broom.
Our parents are getting divorced. It's the same thing.
Wow.
Please tell me you got that. Okay.
And welcome back to our final act of our final episode of Tales from the Loop, Mystery Mixtape 88. When we last left our kids, they had just discovered the key to their salvation, the literal orange key card that they need to get into the lab where the strange rift is occurring. But they also had to bear witness to Mrs. Watts succumbing to the strange energies that had been unleashed, reducing her to a fine red dust. So,
I'm using that orange key card.
Can we find like a dustpan and a
Snort her.
or a bag? Is there a
Put it in
bag?
my hat.
Oh god.
Oh, Sam, it's all right. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out.
Folgers can, maybe?
Hey, please.
We're gonna figure this out.
What was all that shit about Vietnam?
the sooner that you can get to the room and close that rift, the sooner you'll be able to try and fix everything.
Good. Do
Yes.
it. Yes.
Okay.
You are entering into a period of extended trouble, which means
Story of my life.
that means that to get there, you have to rack up a large amount of. That's what they're called. That's what the thing
It's
is
a
called.
glove. I threw a glove at you.
I know.
I'm
What?
challenging you.
I'm like, to what, a duel?
Yes.
I'm not gonna fight you.
At dawn.
No.
You gotta do the Robin Hood men tights and use a.
So what this means is, we're going to go around the table, and you're going to tell us how you contribute to finding your way through the loop to get to the room where the rift is occurred. Now, to do that, because it is almost impossible to make your way through the secure building without a map, with only a key card and the guidance of that video, to get there, you're going to need 24 successes.
Oh my god.
Every time we go around the table and you do not have enough successes, that is when you have a strange encounter.
I would like
If we find a map at some point, does the number go down?
No, that just contributes to your...
I would like
meter.
to start.
Can I ask if this is because we keep winning these?
You keep solving my puzzles!
I'm like, those are best!
Honestly, it is difficult because A, it fits primarily, it fits the fiction. You are kids wandering around a secure government facility. B,
I just really
checks
wanted to
out.
ask.
this is literally the last act of the season finale. Of course it's going to be freaking hard.
Yeah.
I know. I
And
just
C,
really
you're
wanted to
absolutely
ask
right.
that
So,
question.
Well, we started to easy mode when we started.
We're playing on cash. We're cash players here.
I just want to skip the cutscenes. I don't want to do the stupid QuickTime events.
We want the story version.
Cut Cutscenes only. Cutscenes only.
Listen, I'm just here to romance Iron Bull. Okay.
We're ready to.
Sarah,
fight the Iron
No,
Bull.
I know. I'm
Elf Bangers, do it.
yes.
Okay, I'm in.
I bet too.
I've literally, every time I talk about it on Twitter, I have people lining up to be on this podcast.
I know, and I love it, and it's gonna happen.
Okay, we'll talk.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah.
You got
All right, so you're starting out
Whatever it is I'm
then?
in.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Alex?
After discovering that my sunglasses could see through the red dust, I'm assuming that the whole place is covered in red dust, so I was kind of hoping to like lead the way and like spot stuff.
Oh, that's cool. So go ahead and give me
Our seeing guide, Alex.
a mind plus investigate plus 2 dice.
Okay, let's investigate.
And I feel
Can
like
we maybe assume that his sunglasses got imbued with like X-ray vision when the blast happened?
no. Why don't we assume that it's just an homage to They
luck.
Live, which it is.
That's the last
Last luck
Alex, it's like
ever.
your Daredevil. I'm so proud of you. Okay.
Daredevil is pretty badass.
Yeah!
Ooh,
I
that
got
was good.
3 of them.
3 successes. I'm gonna take a pen.
So who's best at communicating?
Because I can do that.
Communicating?
Not I.
So,
How so?
What are you doing?
I'm wondering if we should leave someone,
Actually,
like,
like a piece of
find some
paper.
walkie-talkies, leave someone
I have.
in the security room to guide people.
Oh, I have a charm
I think we
of
should
3.
all be there.
But
I don't
That
think we
would
should
that would be a
Lead?
tech plus program roll
Oh, that's not me.
to guide someone through the camera
or calculate if that's better for you. See how generous I am. I'm even like take the better skill.
Wow, so generous.
I was thinking that I would empathize
Ungrateful
if we
peasants.
see anything weird on how to make it leave or get around it. Was my.
What are you empathizing with specifically?
So if we see any like animals in the area, I'm looking to see, because a couple of the questions are, how can you make them do something, and what do you think they're gonna do? So I'm kind of using that, hopefully, if I win.
So, all right. So that's your idea. Do you want to do that first, or do you want to do your look for the walkie-talkies first?
Maybe the walkie-talkies first.
I'm not good at that.
Okay. So maybe the one where somebody's.
am.
Are you? Okay.
I have an idea, but I mean.
Well, you've got a formed idea, so let's go with that. So let's say you make it out of the following Alex's lead, you make it out into the hallway, and you're able to see through the dust that's covering the walls. That is like, sector 5 this way, sector C this way, and you're like, I think we go this way because that matches this thing on the card, and you come around the corner and you see the corridor is entirely blocked by a triceratops.
Ooh.
Sarah.
And that is just that's just
Sarah.
pulling some of it pulls some of the vines off of the wall and starts eating them, and as it chews, you see the vines immediately grow back.
Oh shit. Okay.
Damn, that is one lucky triceratops. Let's drug the vines.
So I got 2 6s.
Okay.
I would like to push it. Push it.
So go ahead and mark a condition.
Oh, but I'm already 2 conditions deep. Maybe.
Yeah, did you subtract 2 dice from your roll?
I did.
Okay.
Nim's helping me. So I was like, thank you, Nim, for making
Nim
me
is the one who's actually scared and upset.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god! Game over, man! Game over!
Do I want a -3 is the question.
I didn't know.
I'll wait. I'll
Okay.
wait. We'll-
Team-
So
Teamwork makes the dream
so
work.
how do you empathize with the triceratops?
Total crocodile Dundee on that.
I find a really nice leafy looking vine and I break it off and I like sneak and like put it in like a doorway that that moves it away and,
Or
like,
maybe you give it to Nim and he...
or Nim does it, yeah. Just and,
Like Lady in the
make-
Tramp style, it follows it like a noodle.
Yeah.
I have a bad idea based on that.
Oh god.
Why would we let you talk anymore?
Wait,
You just said
I
that
think this
idea.
might go good with my good idea.
Okay, let's get good ideas
we
first.
tie Vine onto a stick.
Yeah.
We jump on its back.
Yes.
We try to ram it through hallways and doorways.
This is exactly like the zoo.
and the radio station.
Yeah.
I actually think
Let's do that.
That might actually be a good idea. I don't know why you said that was a
so-
good idea.
you that's all you, man.
I just think it
You can do
might
that.
like get distracted and go to something.
That's going to be a heart plus charm roll.
Yeah, that's
Nope.
not gonna be me.
That would be 1 dice for me.
That would be.
Wait, I might actually be better at that.
I could probably.
That would
You've already acted this.
I'll try. I've already acted this. Yeah.
I could tie it to my crowbar.
So it's got to be one of the 4.
Then that would be 3 dice.
I have one.
But
Do you
I
have
don't-
any conditions?
Yes. Which is why I
Okay.
don't think it'd be a good idea.
Let's
That's why,
do something else.
That's why it was a bad idea.
I could see if we could get the map like if into Gort, and you can do like a warmer, colder thing.
Can you use Gort to
And how to
hack
get
the
to-
system to
Okay.
steal the map?
Can I go before you?
You can go before me.
Do
Go right now.
Well,
Do it.
Wait, why don't,
I'm just kinda
so if
like,
you want to do that, you would make a tech plus tinker roll on Gort.
I'm good at that.
How many do you have for that?
6, because it's 7 minus 1.
Okay, when I wouldn't get to use Gort for that or no?
You would, because
I
you're
would.
working directly on
Okay,
Gort.
so it's that'd be 6. I'd have 7.
I think that's probably good.
What you got?
I'm thinking because I'm sneaky, I can sneak around, scout ahead, and because I have my knife, if there's going to be vines around, I can cut the vines off, even though they'll probably go back and that'll be all weird, but I'll at least be able to like make at least some sort of indication as where I've been to kind of make a bread trail as to where we need to
Ah,
That's a
that's
good
very
idea.
good. I like that. Roll you. Do you want to do that?
go. Telling you, man, just like the zoo. Well, that's 2. And I,
Yeah,
I don't
7.
mind. I don't mind pushing it because I think this would
Okay,
be
mark the
exhausting.
condition.
Oh, ball fucker.
I feel like I know what you did at the zoo.
Let a lot of animals out.
Well,
So
I was
we're at
thinking that maybe
7.
with
The
all
ending of Ace Ventura,
problems at home and you being a
Detective
Can I
troublemaker,
use my
you saw the monkeys
sock?
and how much fun they were having. You're like, I want to live them. I don't like it here no more. And so you dressed up like a monkey and hopped in the pen.
Oh no, this was when I was 9. I was probably obsessed with dinosaurs. Managed to break one of the mechanical dinosaurs out and attacked the monkey cages. That went all bat nuts because they had the monkeys next to the tigers, and I crashed into the tiger thing, and the tiger got loose.
Clearly, you've put more thought into this than I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I use my soccer ball to, like, anytime we're gonna go down a hallway, like, kind of scout ahead and make sure, like, so if I roll the soccer ball through and nothing attacks it, then we're safe to go?
Because Melanie did kind of a scout
Yeah.
action, I might recommend something more along the lines of, oh, this hallway has a dinosaur in it. Let me kick the
Kick
ball
it
over
in its
there,
face.
and then it goes, or kick it in
But
its
I don't want
face.
to lose it.
Well, then don't roll poorly.
Just like you, Rob.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, I'm sorry. You're going to lose your soccer ball. At least it didn't turn into red dust in front of your face.
Yeah, at least Sam will get her mom
Yeah.
back.
Maybe.
It might have been more hard getting if it was Gort. Come on.
Wilson!
Just
Yeah.
saying.
That's totally what's gonna
No,
happen.
if it was Gort, she would have leapt across the
That's
table
what
at
I'm
me,
saying.
and I
That's
don't
what I'm
want.
saying.
I don't want this nice equipment to
Should
get
have made your
damaged.
iconic item
Like
wearable.
part of being a good GM is knowing when that line between the player being mad at you and the player waiting for you in the parking lot.
Okay. I'm gonna do the second thing that you said.
Okay,
So
roll it.
body
And you're gonna
force.
do it really well.
Rob's totally gonna be walking out to his car later tonight.
Minus
probably
1
do that with
because
two
I am
tomahawks.
upset.
Just like-
And one hand.
oh.
I see
That's
aces.
1 6. I'm gonna push it, and I'm swapping these 1s for different dice, and I'm swapping that 2 for different dice, and I'm pushing it.
We'll be back
And
after 15 minutes of the 20 dice swap.
Yeah, Tony has to have a draft.
Exhausted.
I think we're all tired.
Yeah.
Except for Tony, who somehow has no conditions.
Because he's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, I got another 6, so I got 2 6s.
I'm also dressed as Ash, so I have confidence.
Okay. So yeah, I think there are a couple of, there's probably like a,
Yeah, that would what I do.
like an ankylosaur or something that you
Tinker thing,
skitter off with
right?
a,
But she's doing
with
the
a shot.
scouting thing.
You actually
So
hit a
we'll see if
shot
maybe
that
there's
bounces off
something-
the fire alarm. That's what scares it off. Who's left?
I got my
Me.
ball back.
Did I get my ball back?
Yes.
So,
Please,
yeah,
mister,
okay,
can
so
we
we've
have
got
our
scouting
ball
stuff going on. We've got,
Distraction.
you can see through all the dust. We've got distractions. Since everything is so thick with vegetation, I
Oh wait,
will-
weren't you going to tinker with Gort?
I was, but I wasn't sure if what was going on with all the scouting stuff was gonna. If
You
that,
could still tinker with Gort.
okay, I'm gonna do.
So I have a neat idea for this, so I kind of want you to pull this off.
Okay, I would really like to pull this off.
Don't
too,
fork
so-
up.
You can succeed as long
Cheers.
as your idea is cool enough for Rob.
Please, mister,
Yeah,
may I have
I
our
mean,
ball back?
that's why I sit in this chair.
Which is what I feel all the time.
And that was attack.
Sarah, you have some great
Attack and a
ideas, but you
tinker
have some of the
and-
pantsiest dice
and
luck
the Gort.
I do.
that ever
Yeah.
pantsed
Minus
a pants.
your
Yeah,
Minus.
it's not even. It's everywhere. It's anything.
Push it?
I'm pushing it.
Or luck?
And I can luck it.
Yeah.
You could luck.
You can look and push.
I would luck
Especially-
first.
Especially
I'm
if
gonna
you're-
luck first.
Wait,
Rolling
can't you use your
everything.
secret pride too?
Oh, when the shit hits the fan, I don't back down.
You can do that.
Ah.
You automatically get
3 point.
one.
As long as your mom doesn't hit the fan, you'll be totally fine.
Oh my gosh!
It's gonna be really embarrassing if she landed in somebody else's dust pile too.
Ah. I am real sorry that came out of my mouth.
I think our after school special is going to require a hug out between.
Yeah.
Jay.
So you automatically get one success with that one.
All right.
Okay, so I'm gonna use my
Auto win.
auto. I'll use my auto win because we need to get to the end, and I will use luck.
Okay.
Whoa, that's...
What the heck? Jesus, come on!
And
Okay, so I get
that was
2
a
out of
spinning
that
die
one.
that lasted for like an hour.
So two total or two in addition
two
to
total,
this? Okay.
including
That
my
puts us at
automatic.
11.
That's
Okay.
really good, guys.
Turn it up
That's
to
like
11!
I guess I will follow Sarah
Sorry, Brad.
and pry open any doors I wouldn't unlock.
Okay.
yeah.
So that'll be body plus force.
-1.
Why couldn't I have rolled 5 6s then? Like, that would have been the time to roll 5 6s.
Ooh, nice.
So I got 3,
Oh my goodness.
and then let's add a scared in there and roll again.
You leave, yeah. Jeebs!
What?
5.
Oh my gosh.
Way to go, man.
All right. So
Where are
we're
you at?
at
16?
That
Yeah,
is
I
way
did
less
the 5.
pressure. That is way less pressure for the rest of us. Thank you.
well, especially since now you're all scared and
Exhausted.
tired and exhausted. So your
Scared
die
and
pools are
Upset
smaller.
and exhausted.
Except,
Yeah, I'm also.
except Tony, who's like just
Wait, Alex.
exhausted.
sipping his Mountain Dew, like, hey man.
I used to
You
be.
did. You rolled 3 6s.
So, your big contribution to this is that you find the doors that lead to the tram that which is the subway that leads through the
Like
to
an
the
O'Hare.
yeah, like it's basically the subway that connects to the different buildings in the loop underground. I mean, that's how
Because
big
winter in Sweden.
winter in Sweden, and also a super secret government laboratory with only one building is a bad idea.
Yeah.
So they have multiple buildings that can all blow up.
Separately.
And you crunk,
We don't talk about that anymore.
open it up into the tram, and there it is. Except like so like there are 2 tracks.
Yeah.
And you are on the station of the one on one side of the 2 tracks. Across from you is the tram, and it looks like it has power and is ready to go. except the track in front of you, there is a weird energy like heat shimmer. And the lush smell of jungle hits your noses, and you hear the sound of rushing water, and whatever this phenomenon that has occurred within the loop has caused this river to appear in between you and the tram, and it doesn't take long, or like, so how do we want to do this? Do we want to do the red shirt?
No.
Sure.
Since
Yeah, we
Tony's
do.
the one
Okay.
wearing red.
That's why I said no.
I didn't say the red wrestler singlet. Okay, don't worry about it.
We need to roll a 5.
Willie is hard.
2 pieces. So.
Yes. So
Nice armpit.
singlet pit, fine. So the doors to the tram opens up, and an adult in a lab coat comes to the doorway and is like, "Kids, wait, hold on! Don't let me get the bridge for you, and you'll be able to cross safely, and then we're gonna take this tram over to D block."
Hey,
which
did you know there's...
How are you not a dinosaur?
Did you know there's dinosaurs and stuff?
There's dinosaurs.
Yes, I know. There's been a temporal cross rift.
Are you coughing
And-
dust yet?
Oh god damn it.
How did you know I?
Oh
and
god!
that's, and that's when the prehistoric piranha jumps out of the river, latches onto the scientist,
You gave Rob that idea.
Whoa.
and he tumbles into
I believe you.
the river.
Okay, I'm calling bullshit because piranhas don't go after people.
Well,
Prehistoric one.
prehistoric piranha.
So what do they know from
Historic
people,
loop
right?
piranha.
It's just that.
I was
They've
really thinking it was
evolved
gonna be
since
piranha.
then.
All right, fine. I will.
Evolution, Sarah. Evolution.
Sarah, go ahead and write me,
Chapter 7.
go ahead and write me a strongly worded internet letter. Okay?
I will. It will be like. It'll
Two
be like.
paragraphs.
Chapter
Strongly
7.
It'll be like.
I will take dozens of seconds to read it.
Right. And it'll be all about how
I will
you
be-
sold out and how things are inaccurate. You know.
And
Hold
these-
out to Big
Can
Piranha.
we try to pull him? No.
And these are the fucks that he'll give.
He's in the water. There is a cloud of bubbles, and then he's gone.
Hello.
Actually, I can
Behold
see-
the
I
field
can see
wherein I
Melanie
grow
being
my
like-
fucks.
Wait, what? That
See,
didn't
that
happen
is
at
barren.
the zoo.
All right, yeah, this is when you hit the brick wall of your zoo experience.
Like, whoa.
No, the piranhas were way smaller at the zoo.
So there's the tram. How do you get there from here?
He said there was a bridge.
Yeah, he didn't. He was too busy recoiling in horror from his coughing fits to unfurl it.
I will jump across and
It feels like these piranhas like to jump out of the water.
Chasm.
Oh god.
is there room to jump across?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You want to give me a body and move?
Oh, can we find
Yeah.
holes and like
Well,
jump
she's
Yeah,
going
I'll try.
first.
I'll try.
pole vault it? Or like
I'll try.
in
This is a good
Switzerland,
thing.
that's
Melanie,
a sport.
be careful.
I know. No, well, good. I'm sure I'll be fine.
You can do
I
it.
can
Just
swim,
be
and
careful.
that piranha's got to be full because he had a whole grown person.
What if there are more of them?
God damn it! Ha ha! I succeeded.
Yeah, you're like, I can do this, and then you have the fact that, you know, you put out this tough facade for everybody, and then you have this moment of like,
I really don't know how to
I
swim.
can't. Am I doing this? Am I doing this? I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. And you close your eyes. You run as hard as you can, leap as hard as you can, and let out a yelp of triumph when your feet hit solid ground.
Yes! Suck it, Mags! Who's athletic now?
Can we find a stick and pole vault?
I would love it if Ethan just found a button. And
Wait.
Wait. Before he does that, can I find a stick and pole vault?
Sure.
Why are you putting yourself in danger?
Body
To
plus
prove that I'm smarter than she is.
body plus
I don't
move.
think smarter is what you're proving.
Smarter.
Hey, you know, you could probably use. Isn't your pride? They told me I couldn't
Yes.
do it. So why don't you burn that and?
I'm burning that, but I'm also still rolling.
Sure.
Body and move is 4, so I get 3. I have to take 1 out of jail. It's gonna be red and blue because they've been
Did you
rolling
subtract
better.
2
Yes.
for your conditions?
Well, she's
yeah. I subtracted 1. I forgot about exhausted. And then I
Don't
get
do
an automatic
that.
success. So all of these 6s are just like dressing. for
Why are you
myself.
wasting them now?
Sprinkles on that cupcake.
Oh
That's
my God.
3 6s, so that's 4 successes.
Tawny
And I just
Thompson.
pole vaulted like a fucking badass.
Why are you using it on pole vaulting
So,
and not
well,
on
wait.
getting...
So she got 3 successes, right?
Because I'm cool.
Or 4 successes?
4,
Four.
including my no one tells me I
Yeah,
can't
those
do
don't
things.
contribute to
So I think.
For everyone, my pride is no one tells me I can't do something.
Nobody told me you couldn't do it.
You did. You said
I said, who's athletic now?
So
I am.
So this affront to
That's your
Megs'
accent.
pride. She gets so angry she leaves her accent behind, and she bring that back to me when you come over. And
Where's your soccer ball?
In my left arm. I rolled 4 6s.
In the singlet pit.
The singlet pit.
so she lands with a triumphant thud and
Yell, when I get over there.
hits, and her forward momentum carries her into a console, and that's what extends the bridge to come across.
Thank you, Rob.
So who comes
Remember
over?
when I threw the glove earlier? I take it back.
I'm so generous and wonderful and handsome.
So
and kind.
So we just walk
Wendy's
across the
threatened.
bridge like normal children.
I like to change my relationships with Mags of. Bitch.
Now you have to look around.
Mine still just says you're obnoxious.
No, mine's just to say, bitch. Straight up TMP.
So you got 4 successes. So 1 for you, and then 3 for anyone else who does not get the free pass across the bridge.
You have the fewest conditions.
No,
He
Tony.
has
I mean,
is-
you have the most. You have the fewest conditions, so it's not you. Nice try.
Also,
Sorry,
why
Alex.
would you save my brother?
Also,
No, it's not. It's not her choice.
you're like kind of. Oh.
Wow, rude.
It's in my relationship.
So what happens is, Olaf and Rue and Sam get across the bridge, but as you're coming across the bridge, it drops, not completely into the water, but the pivot point, because it was one of those things that kind of extended out like this, except the pivot point in the middle drops and into the water, and you can hear the teeth of these prehistoric fish scraping against the bridge.
Just pretend they're the otters that I pissed off at the zoo.
They were pissed.
So
They were
how do you
super
get
pissed.
how do you get across this? You can still, if you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Can I use my belts, latch them together, and Indiana Jones my way?
Man,
Sure.
You're welcome
That
this
would be a
to Jones it up.
Tinker?
that'd be a Tech and Tinker.
Fuck.
Maybe just try to jump.
Couldn't it be like body plus Tinker? Because he has to like
No.
I'm gonna give it a shot.
whip it.
Whip it good.
Nope.
Um,
I'm going to.
Oh, you're out of luck. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Let's see, what would it be?
scared.
Probably, yeah. It's not great.
Less than ideal.
Here's your superpowers you get. You're a super piranha.
Nope.
You're super delicious.
Super delicious, yes.
So I didn't do it. So what happened?
So you have a choice.
Yeah.
You can either mark another condition
Mm-hmm.
or lose your sunglasses.
Oh no.
So
These are wayfarers, motherfucker.
what I would like to do is take the stick.
You're across already.
Yes.
Okay.
Tie my crowbar to the top of it, hook it on a ceiling rafter, and swing back across to grab him.
You don't have to do that.
Okay.
Yes, please don't put yourself in danger.
Yeah. So you get scared.
No.
I think there's a moment where you take a step and the thing drops even further into the water, and you scrabble because you look down and you see like your pant leg has been shredded.
No.
Yeah.
Like no actual.
Yeah, I think I start doing the Indiana Jones thing, and it's like, oh, this isn't a movie. Shit, this doesn't work in real life. Ah.
This is a poor life job.
Everyone gets really bored as you spend 45 minutes trying to latch the belt. They're like, come on!
No, this is gonna be super
really
rad.
cool.
Just wait.
All right, so now you are now that you have conquered that particular thing, it is back to trying to find your way.
So we should turn on the tram and use it. In the way that you use it.
That would be a tech plus calculate roll.
Not I.
Not me either.
Can we first check the rest of the tram to make sure there's not anything that's gonna kill us in the tram?
Yeah, I can investigate that.
Scrolls.
Yeah, go ahead and investigate that.
And can I use?
If you want to use Gort.
And I'm using Nim, so I don't have a negative. Can my lack of heterosexuality make me up? I say, move, I'm gay.
Move, bitch! Get out!
You dropped the dice.
Move, bitch! Come on, I'm gay.
That was just a joke. I don't expect you to say yes to that question.
Oh, it happened again.
Ooh!
Spin, spin, spin.
Ooh, Sam got
See, it's the.
Squeak.
No. I got,
Sam got 3?
6.
I got 3.
So
Okay,
4.
so you're using Gort to start the tram.
We're at 20.
So you
I made sure nothing else is there.
pop off his head,
Oh.
and there's like his
Plug
like
his
little
face
tiny like computer spine. And you plug it into the keyhole and turn it.
And his mask is just sitting there.
Good. Oh, welcome to Loop Train. What would be a good name for the Loop Train?
Trains from the loop.
Now boarding.
L train.
What's that?
The
L train.
L train.
Yeah.
Now boarding for building D, and you're scouting out to see.
But nothing is here on the...
Are we supposed to?
D is
That's
for
D.
dinosaurs. Well, we're going there now.
So how many successes did you get with Gort?
Yeah, D is for dinosaurs. That's where
3.
we're going.
Okay.
We're at 20.
And how many did you get?
1.
1. Okay.
Ooh, no.
So yeah, there's nothing else on the train.
Oh, I was connecting this.
And I think you get a nice scenic view of the terrors that have been wrought by the
world
temporal
going to shit.
disaster. Like I'm kind of imagining a hellish version of the train ride from Half-Life where you just see, like there's like lava waterfalls pouring everywhere, and like it's not just
no.
it's not even just there's vegetation.
Stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to.
It like the closer you get to the rift, the more that the actual lands are actually transforming back in time, and you see like woolly mammoths and all sorts of.
I love woolly mammoths. I do. I just think they're
We're
so
going
cool.
back to the Big Bang.
So
This is a problem.
Yeah, that'd be pretty bad.
'Cause that was
Do we
one
see
would like to-
Shakespeare at some point along the way? Because we're just time traveling, right?
I thought about having like multiple things, but I felt like that just a straight Jurassic timeline was it's only a 3-hour show. So
Is that dinosaur biting its thumb at another dinosaur? Oh my god.
call back.
Later.
All right, so who is next up on the thing? You've only got 4 successes to go.
There's 4 of you.
When the tram stops,
Yep.
Can I? I'm assuming I shouldn't do the same thing I just did.
Yeah, probably
May
not.
I?
I'm sure the crowd will love it.
Wait. Oh, are you still?
No, please go ahead because I'm like,
Oh, okay.
drawing a blank.
Okay, because I don't want to like jump on your.
Trying to find ways to use the soccer ball.
I am going to use my heart
Good grammar out the
and
window.
lead.
Ooh.
Ah.
I'm gonna go straight up like patent.
Old
General,
soldier.
like old soldier.
Die. They just.
Right, yeah. Like just like straight up patent
They-
being like awesome, stupid. And I say patent so I can use my knife and not be scary. To like encourage everybody that we can do this. It's gonna be okay. And
Okay.
I think that's okay.
Like we are the only thing that is stopping this from being permanent. We are the ones, who have been. I don't want to. If you have a speech, it's not
Right,
like
like-
you're like, I'm giving a speech. If you want to do it,
We-
you don't have to. But
Please use the line.
Was
Old
it
soldiers
over
never
when
die,
the
they just
Germans
fade away.
bombed Pearl Harbor?
Young soldiers.
We are the future. Everyone is counting on us, and we know we have this. You've got your glasses that are helpful. Nim is an amazing rat that you totally get along with. You have amazing powers of Gort, and you and your sledge
Bar.
thing, bar. Yes, sledge bar. You and your sledge bar are just so useful, and you're quiet. But I see you.
so it's interesting that.
And you have a soccer ball. So
And you and your balls. There you go.
I don't think she likes me.
So you have an interesting choice with this, Sarah.
yeah.
Because by using heart plus lead, you can contribute successes to the thing,
Yeah.
or
Ooh.
you can create a dice pool of extra dice that people can draw from, or you can, for every success that you generate, you can use one of those to heal a condition.
Oh well, let's see if I actually get any sixes.
I'm just saying it's not just I
Yeah.
pump this towards thing. It's
Right.
Up there, it's their time. It's their time up there. Down here,
They've
it's our time.
forgotten about us again, but we're still gonna
Our
save
time
them
down here.
because we're that way. We don't need the recognition because we know. We all know what we've done.
Because we all say die all the time.
And we almost do, but we don't. So it's okay. Yeah, so that's my
Yeah, we're like the anti-Goonies. We're just
Rousing
like, we're gonna die. Totally
We're
gonna
probably gonna die right now.
yeah, let's,
Loopies constantly say die.
That is
Ironically,
the tagline
because
of the
it's
whole-
the one
good
game
day
where we
to
can't
die.
die. Ironically, it's the one game we can't die.
For now.
see here, I have one.
Okay,
So,
You
but
seem like a decent fellow.
so you
I hate
can.
to kill you.
So for every success that you have, you can either put it towards the total, and you're 4 away from the total.
right,
You can heal somebody else's condition,
okay,
one condition, or you can give create a dice pool of 2 dice per success that you can give to other players. So what do you want to do with your
what,
motivational speech as the tram pulls into the
what
station?
do you? I think I'm kind of leaning towards the dice pool thing.
Because it's 2 dice to roll.
Yeah, because that's and I suck at rolling.
we only need 4.
Right.
And 3 people are left.
Yeah. So I mean, and y'all are better at things. And I mean, who's I mean,
So
Is there anybody
We've all
with,
only got, like,
3
2.
conditions or anything.
yeah. Like, does anybody have 3 conditions?
I just have 2.
Two.
And you're like at
I just got dose because
everyone's got
Rob-
Because she almost got 8
Rob
by
was threatening the.
okay. So we're all at 2.
Yeah, so just make a pool.
Yeah.
But if I push, granted, I'd give myself another thing.
Which then you could heal yourself.
No, but I can't heal myself.
No, you
but
can't.
if I
Exactly.
add another success to it, yeah.
And if
dude,
there's one thing that Sarah hates, it's sacrificing herself for the greater good.
do I do that a lot?
You do that a lot.
Ah, damn. I'm real scared though. I think that makes sense because I'm more like, listen. I was talking to a manhole the other day because I was scared. So I mean, it happens.
Like a manhole?
Like an actual,
Or-
I can vouch for an actual metal lid to
it
a
took me
sewer.
a second. I was like, right, sewers. Okay.
Yep.
It's just penny
Yeah,
scratching.
sewers. Yeah,
upstairs.
it was an actual. I was in a manhole. I was nervous, so I started talking.
Okay,
to
Sarah,
the
roll the dice.
Okay.
Yeah, no, your prostate looks great.
Yeah.
So,
Well, at
Penny
least
is
we have
currently very
two
itchy.
for whoever would like. So 2 for whoever.
Okay.
So do we have any ideas on how to close this rift?
Can I
Aren't we just getting there?
use?
you're leading the narrative as you're describing your actions.
Okay.
My-
Okay.
I'm just here to make it thrilling and scare
I'm
the crap
assuming
out of
that
you
there's
by
some sort of-
possibly forcing you to not wear your sunglasses.
Some sort of computer panel that I can
Kick with a
smash
soccer
the
ball.
shit out of with a soccer ball from across the room.
My thought was pulling some wires out of the wall,
I'm just gonna Carly Lloyd
hooking
that shit.
one side onto the third rail of this tram, and then throwing the other end into the portal to try
Maybe I could.
Is
use
the
my-
tram not close to the portal?
to light
It
this
could
shit
be.
up.
Does it look like there's anything feeding power to the portal? Like, what does it look like?
Could we break the power mains?
Can you sledgehammer it? I mean, crowhammer.
I assume if I
Can
hit
you
it, it's
curl
just
hard
gonna
it?
go through time.
So we can look at what
That's why I was thinking electricity
device
and crossing the
is-
streams.
maybe
inside the
there's
portal.
tubes leading towards the platform
Bless
that's
you.
building the portal, and we can break the tubes. You can break the tubes or the console that's powering the tubes.
I mean, I'd love to go for the console because
Yes.
that's what I'm good at.
Might I
know.
suggest
Both
you have to
Getting
do some sort of coordination where you both have to hit it at the same time.
And then you can have 2 dice.
Let's try it.
But then Ethan gets in a fight with a Russian, and the thing explodes, and we have to wait till next season.
Is his name Ivan Drago? Body force?
Topsy-turvy.
Tech Tinker?
Well, if you're doing Tech Tinker, then maybe you need to fiddle with the so this would probably be like a tech program, because it's not necessarily a machine that you're manipulating, it's more of a computer program.
Could it be
'Cause my
Tech
thought was
and
just
Tinker
rip
if
out
you're
wires and
ripping
put it-
wires out?
That would be
Yeah.
more of a body force.
I can do that too.
Okay, so body force.
Yeah, I know nothing about
Plus soccer
computers.
ball minus conditions.
Mhm.
Plus
the-
crowbar.
Minus
Plus
conditions.
there is.
2.
She has 2.
One
so you
each?
can
Minus-
choose 1 each.
One each.
Unless
Sarah gets to determine.
Oh,
Yeah, if you guys want to do 1 each, like, that's fine.
All right.
I mean, Mags is gonna need it.
Okay, so are you going
Okay,
on
so-
3 or 3 then go?
Roll it.
Are you going on 3 or then 1, 2, 3 go, or is it 1, 2 go?
1, 2, 3, go. Right?
Ready? Go!
I got 2 6s.
I'm gonna use some luck.
I'm gonna push it for maybe I don't need it.
Tony also has a chance. to
Okay,
do
yeah. I probably don't
Yeah,
need it.
Tony can back clean up here if he needs to.
And then I'm also gonna push.
Did you get any?
I
And
got
then-
1 both times.
Have I done anything here? I think the last thing I did was get on the train, so.
Because
No, you-
started.
Okay,
Oh,
just
Yeah,
one.
that's still part of the.
Oh, this is still part. Okay.
Fucking dice.
So you're 1 away.
I got
We
1.
got 23 total.
All right, Tony.
And so it is down to you. And it is down to the
Save
dice.
the day, man.
I was wondering, is there any way that I could use my contact ability to contact the other loop for help?
Shut it down.
Lightning and you're gonna crap thunder.
Shut it down. How are you today? Sorry. We're fine over here. How are you?
How are you?
How are you?
Come on, kid. You got this.
Yes, yes,
Thank
there
you.
absolutely is. I think that's a great idea.
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
no.
Oh, could you get Leanne on the line?
Rob sounds very happy about
Do I-
this. I'm a
who's
little
Leanne?
worried.
Leanne is Sam's
My friend back in
Gotcha.
Colorado.
Oh, right, yeah, gotcha.
But I don't think she lives in the loop.
But her mom does.
Yeah.
But she's going to demand that we sing Never Ending Story.
No, no. No, what I like the idea of is that you're like
It's an-
you've booted or you know they've hit and smashed and they're causing this power surge, and you're struck by the idea of like, wait, this is probably channeling power from the other loop in Boulder City, and you get on the console.
It's Boulder City's fault.
And you know, they're like, who is this? Where is Stevenson? What's your name? What's going on over there? And the only thing that you can think of to say is her friend Leanne's name.
Okay. So, what's that roll then?
That's still going to be heart plus charm.
A heart plus charm. Okay.
I'm sorry, heart plus contact.
Contact. Okay. Okay.
Why was that one die charm and the other one contact?
Did
And
your-
minus
did-
your
did
minus your.
Why do you
my-
put
minus
your dice
my
into jail?
conditions. Gotcha.
Because it
See?
has to
Yeah,
happen.
yep.
It's inevitable.
See? Yeah.
I
Got
just
it.
thought it was amusing because he makes fun of me.
You
Just
got
one?
it. You got it.
So
One?
let's do the scene. Young man, is there an adult there? What is going on here?
If you mean if by adults you mean red dust, then yes, there are plenty.
Dinosaurs!
Red dust dinosaurs. What are you talking? Can you put somebody in charge on the line? You shouldn't be on this line. This is a secure line. Do you have a password?
I am the captain now.
Damn it, Jim! I'm a. not a-
Hi. I think if you're looking for someone in charge, that'd be me, actually.
We need a password to authorize this, son. Do you want to jump in and suggest it?
Yeah.
Go.
Swordfish.
Swordfish.
Oh!
That's not the password we're looking for.
Ringo!
It was last week when Jenkins was here.
It was last week when Jenkins was here.
What's your authorization?
What's your authorization? Do I need to call your supervisor?
Shut it down, man.
Get the fucking just stop! Push the stop the
Things are going critical. Things are going critical.
critical. Hello? Are you there? Hello?
Have you seen Chernobyl?
No, I haven't, so shush.
So, what happens here is the power surges and surges and surges, and over the open line you turn and you say, Sam, it's not working. I don't know what to say. And the power surges and surges until it gets to a high pitch, and then something changes, like a gear shift or an engine going from forward to reverse, and the rift goes negative, like a film negative, and there's another blast of energy that washes out all over everything, and the energy peels out from the rift like taffy, and it disappears. It washes over all the kids.
Does Sam's mom pop out of Jordan's hat?
Why am I having
Magic.
And there's a moment of quiet, and then you hear, who the hell let these kids in here? And there are adults where there were once red piles of dust, looking very confused.
We were
Book it.
we were here for a field
We
trip,
cut
and then we
to-
run.
Wait. Did you know the Malleus Maleficarum was the manual for hunting witches?
Malleus Maleficarum.
I know.
I would like to use my never been caught to poke out of
Well, no, so
Wait. I just need to know: did Sam's mom pop out of Rue's hat?
well, let's do our wrap up scene,
Okay.
shall we? The the wrap-up scene is all the kids, or the first wrap-up scene is all the kids making their way back up into the bus after a very strange afternoon.
Where most of them were dinosaurs.
Except the kids who were in the who were the sort of the heroes of the day, who have all been patiently sitting. Like, we cut to the security panel from earlier in the episode, and each kid is in a isolated room, interrogation room. But one by one, the door opens up, and Professor Mr. Shielberg walks in and ushers them out.
Are they naked?
No.
Is he wearing his jacket anymore, or is it shredded?
He's wearing the shredded remains of his custom-made thriller coat.
Paid $100 for this shit. I'm not.
Or he handmade it. Been there.
And I think there is a So the kids get back on the bus, and the next montage scene is as Rue is getting on the bus, a hand stops her, and Sam's mom hands you your hat back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's hard to be a witch without your hat.
You're not wrong.
Hard to be an adult without your body.
Did you know that the Malleus Mythicum was a hunting manual for hunting witches?
Malefius Maleficarum, dear.
Oh. Malleus Maleficarum.
Man, I feel you so hard right now.
And then we cut back to Mags getting off the bus, and your dad picking you up. You going to tell me about what happened at school today?
Well, we went to the loop, and the loop was there.
And the car starts and pulls off.
I realized halfway through asking you that I didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Then we see Alex and Melanie in the parking lot as their mom and their dad are each waiting for them in a separate car. Do you say anything to each other before you go?
Glad we're not dead.
I don't want you to leave.
Still your brother.
Yeah, but you're gonna be so far away now.
I mean, am I?
I
Like,
assume
2 blocks is far away.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
we're kids.
I'm not that far away. We have bikes.
your dad is crashing with your cool author friend.
Right, the guy who never showed up.
He just showed up.
Yeah.
He just showed up. You're welcome.
Checklist done.
But like, I'm not gonna be able to like sneak you out of your room when mom and dad are fighting anymore. And
Well, that's because they won't be fighting.
right. But no, they're just gonna yell at me all the time, even more.
No, look. You don't know this, but it's better that they're apart. Trust me. And we're going to be better off for it. They weren't happy. I know things about what happened, and this is for the best.
It's my fault, isn't it?
It's not your fault.
I just walk away.
Okay.
I just start walking home, or walking towards home, or just being 12.
And then I yell out, I love you!
I run back and I hug him so hard.
We cut to. Damn it! You almost made me cry.
Shit.
We cut to.
Give me one of those. Before I fuck up my eye makeup, come on, y'all.
Oh, we need to have like TMP branded Kleenex.
The Olsen house.
Jesus,
Oh boy.
And Olaf stands, and there's just the one light in the bedroom. Do you sneak in, or do you face the music?
Face the music.
Olaf walks up to the door, shoulders up, opens it. It shuts, and we hear the yelling. We can't make out the words because we pull back as we hear Olaf's dad just tear into him about his responsibilities and why he should never, ever, ever go to that cursed place, ever, and what it did to him. And our final scene is at the Watts residence. On one side of the dinner table, it's Sam and Gort and whatever your favorite, is. What is your favorite thing to drink?
Yoo-hoo.
A yoo-hoo. And your mom, hair down, staring at some adult yoo-hoo.
Wine.
Tequila.
Yeah, Kaluhu. So, white Swede. This is why I don't talk about work a lot, honey. Things like this happen more regularly than I'd like to admit.
Well, we're gonna be completely honest. It doesn't just happen there.
I've thought about taking a job somewhere else. But those kids that you hang out with, those friends of yours, they're good. They're good for you, and they're good for us. I mean, you guys seem to save the world on a regular basis, and that's great, but what they've done to save you is just as important to me. I'm lucky that you have such good friends who are willing to look out for you.
I don't want you to worry about me.
Gort goes off. There's an electronic mail message from Leanne. I'll clean up. I might have another chocolate milk and then turn in for the night.
I'm gonna go check this real quick.
Okay.
And then maybe we'll have one more round together.
Okay, but you're driving.
Yeah.
You dash upstairs, and there is a at the end of the green blinky. Is everything okay?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Did something happen at the loop? There was some sort of power thing, right?
Yeah. Yes. Did anything happen at your end?
They had to turn off and a bunch of stuff off and on again, but I think we're okay.
We were there for it.
Whoa. That's cool. I wish I could have seen that.
I'll tell you all about it. Phone call on Saturday?
Sure thing, Sam.
You're not gonna believe this.
And we flip to the screen on the other end as it types out, maybe, maybe not. And the camera pulls back to a massive computer, all the way back to the name of the computer. L period, E period, E period, A period, N period, N period. The artificial intelligence that runs the Boulder City Loop.
Did you know that?
No.
And that's... This is why they make GM screens, you know?
Are you okay? I didn't really hurt you, did I?
You did. I'm dying. I'm dead.
I just hope Mike picked that up.
And that is where we end our bludgeoned third act of Tales from the Loop. We'll be back with our after school special where we talk about what just the F happened and talk about our upcoming events in our broadcast day. So please come back and see us in 10 minutes or upload the next podcast episode as necessary. And welcome back to our final after school special of Tales from the Loop. So, we had a wonderful time playing this game.
Oh my gosh.
I think that this has been probably one of my favorite series that we've done. I think the game plays to our strengths because it's able to seamlessly flip from comedy to horror to drama to everything and backwards and forwards. And I think that I know that I had a ton of fun, and I think that everybody here at the table had a ton of fun playing it. So I hope that if this is your first show, that you go back and listen to all of them and watch all of them. I also hope that if you like what we've done and enjoyed the show, please, if you have no money, you can still help us by liking, rating, and reviewing our show on whatever podcast thing you're listening to, or going to our YouTube channel and leaving comments and subscribing.
We read all of the comments and we love them.
We do. Like, they are...
Yeah.
Tell a friend.
And YouTube is being weird as always, so hit the bell so you get notified when a new episode goes up.
And really, those comments really remind us that we are not just screaming into the internet and that people are actually watching and reacting.
I do occasionally.
I mean, we can do that, but it's nice that we're putting as much time and effort into this as we are.
Find us on the Facebook and the Insta.
And
talk at us.
Yeah, talk to us because we love it. It makes us feel good that we're not necessarily, rolling around in money. But if you happen to have enjoyed many of our shows, we recommend that you check out our Patreon and maybe kick us a couple of bucks. That allows us to do more things. Like we have a show coming up in Madison that we were able to partially fund the hotel stay for, but
Super fun.
it still helps. And
Helps
we
a lot.
really appreciate all of our Patreons who have checked us out and were like, hey, yeah, let's give these guys some money. And we really appreciate that because we are very much small fish in this very large pond of live streaming. And we're also kind of already taking a bit of a handicap because we're playing stuff that isn't D&D, because as you can see, there are such great games that are out there that it's we appreciate the fact that some of the it's interesting that some of the bigger shows now are doing stuff that isn't necessarily Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes, Critical Role, you screwed up.
I don't want us to get into a fight Nope. 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 Nope.
I'm just
Nope.
saying,
Nope.
you did it wrong.
Nope.
I'm just
Nope.
saying.
I still think they're dope,
Nope.
even if I don't watch
I'm
their
not
show.
saying that.
I think it's
I don't have
very
enough time in my
exciting
life.
to see Critical Role doing
Sorry,
things like
it's super
Deadlands and Call of
I'm not
Cthulhu.
kidding. Oh, that's cool.
I think it's great that the Adventure Zone has been doing Monster of the Week.
Yeah,
That
a
has
lot of
probably
people like that.
single-handedly helped that Evil Hat in ways that they're still feeling, and whatever show they end up doing next. I'm sure. I get the feeling that they're maybe a little done with D&D for a little while, just because they did it for a long time. But the reason we're doing this show is because there's so many games, and I want to be able to bring as many of them as possible. And I'm very lucky that I have a group of talented players who are willing to jump in these journeys with me and make characters and not feel like, but I wanna go back and do it. Now, if you're interested in seeing us do additional seasons of shows, sign up on when we do Survey Sundays on Twitter. Do the survey and let us know that you want to see more shows, or even more directly, we'll be honest, if you are a Patreon backer, we're more likely to listen to you and you're like, I want to see more of the show, because you are taking time and effort and money to give to us, and that makes sense. So what we want, so now is the time, because in November we are having our big meeting about what we're doing for 2020, and we have this massive list of games that mostly me, because as a game designer I have a ton of these games, but we have this massive list and we have to pare it down because we only have so much time and effort that we can devote to this,
And we're real bad at making decisions.
and we
Also decided that we like the slightly longer seasons.
right,
So.
and it sounds, and I think our fans have
Spoken.
and said that they also like the slightly longer seasons. So that's good, because I think that slightly longer seasons allow us to expand out and breathe a little bit with our characters, but it also means that we have less time for different shows. So if you want to jump in as a Patreon or on our survey and let us know what shows you want to see again, or if there are games that you want us to try and tackle, we can certainly put them on the list. That's going to help influence us when we're all sitting around with broken pool cues being like, no, we need to do this show again.
No mistake, we'll still be doing like one-shots on occasion.
Right, we're still going to be doing one-shots. Basically, we're going to be doing a 5-episode season each quarter, and then one-shots on occasion, and then live shows as well, when we can fit them all in with everybody's.
We will be doing one-shots. We will not miss our chance to flow.
Right. So.
Stop it!
Sarah's just starting fights everywhere. So, speaking of shows, here is how the rest of the year is going to play out. Our schedule is going to get a little funky for the next couple of weeks, just because of the way that our shows have lined up. That's okay, because anybody who's ever played in a RPG group knows that around the holidays things go sideways anyway. So welcome to the simulation of a real RPG group.
I mean, it's a simulation so much as it's just
Accurate.
Right.
It is the trope.
So normally we do a live show in 2 weeks on Wednesday, but this upcoming cycle of that is not going to be a live show. Our next live show is actually going to be on Friday night, November 1st, at 8 o'clock. We are going to be coming to you live from Gamehole Con in Madison, Wisconsin.
There are only 5 tickets left.
There are yes, we only have 5 tickets left in the room, which stuns the crap out of me.
How big of a room do we have?
5,000 people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're in the Alliant Energy Center. It's not that big, but I'm just happy that
Buy
people
a ticket and find out how big the room
Ooh.
Welcome to Theater of the Mind Players on Friday night. We'll sell you the whole seat, but you only need the edge.
So, if you're not in the room, you'll still be able to watch us live on Twitch, and we will be putting out a recording of the episode. There are a ton of reasons to check out this episode. Reason 1, we're going to be playing the Alien RPG from Free League, the same company that made Tales from the Loop, using the same, well, the same system that Tales from the Loop uses, optimized to bring that alien experience.
And to give you extra panic attacks.
Yes, literal stress dice.
I'll bring the
It's exciting because we have we're going to be raising money for Planned Parenthood. And that's always I really love the fact that I can raise money for causes that I am excited about just by playing these games. Like that to me is one of the great side effects of this resurgence of gaming, is that I can raise money that way. I've done it 2 years previous on the D&D Beyond stream, and that's kind of what gave me the idea, not just for these charity shows, but even the having that experience was like, oh, maybe this live streaming thing is something that I should do. And luckily I happened upon a bunch of players who were like, yes, we also will make fools of ourselves on camera. It'll be great.
I'm used to it.
Yeah.
That's who I am as a person.
But we're gonna make fools of ourselves anyway. We might as well, put it out there.
You can't be that ridiculous, Sarah. Really? Here's my YouTube.
Yeah. I love that you said that while you're wearing a unicorn horn. The Planned Parenthood donations are active now. If you go to our Patreon page, you can see the perks that you can get from unlocking certain levels, and those perks
Give us things.
that you can either help the good guys and give them stuff. They always need stuff in these movies, like fire axes and
Extra oxygen canisters.
extra oxygen canisters.
I would like to volunteer for Secret Android.
And then there are the high dollar amount donations, which include the Secret Android, where one of the characters doesn't realize
I volunteer for that too.
doesn't reveal themselves as an android until the final act. Or the chest burster option, where we just start randomly killing people because a chest burster erupts in the third act.
I am down to John Hurt like a mofo.
Part of the reason we have that is because we have leads into the other great thing about our Alien show, because we have some very special guests. In addition to the regular crew here, we're also going to be bringing back the lovely and talented Miss Danielle Bryn. She's literally coming into town to be a part of this, and also to visit us and say how we're doing. But
and see the floofs.
Well, she also had a ton of fun at Game Con last year, so I think that it's
Grandma Danielle's coming home.
Right, so she's coming home.
Here to pick up more dairy products.
That's really
But we also have very special guests of Amy Vorpal. Or Amy Vorpal, who is famous from Nerdist and Encounter Show. She's been on a ton of live play things.
She was also in Carnival Row as a fawn in background.
Right.
Uncredited.
Right, and then they played the RPG that the guy wrote. Yeah, they had the creator wrote a cipher system hack for it that they then published. And so she's going to be joining us, and Lissa Penrose from Walkers of the Mist, the DMG Guild. She has been on D&D Beyond a bunch of times. She's a super sweet girl. I'm going to feel really bad scaring the crap out of her.
Oh.
No, you won't.
If she feels bad, just let her no, Sarah will probably scream twice as
Right, no, I'm probably going to sit you guys next to each
and
other.
I'll probably roll
under
the table a few times.
Right. Yeah, like Tawny can handle the gory stuff, but it's the actual panic dice that actually are what wig her out. It's great.
Dice. I got a dice thing.
I say there should be a donation level that is Tawny can only use one set of dice.
Removing dice from Tawny.
Delete dice, Jay.
Well, I guess
For every
we're
$10 you give directly to Tawny, we'll remove one dice from her dice pool.
And you can literally
why no
watch.
You guys are so mean.
Armageddon that unfolds.
okay, the point is to pretend to kill people and not to actually have Tawny choke people out
Hey,
at
man,
the show.
You gotta do what gets the views.
Okay.
raise
Let
that
me
level.
put it this way: if people are donating money to Planned Parenthood, I'll do it.
Oh, Bless your heart.
Okay, well,
So that's November 1st.
You seem to have a bunch of extra dice.
If you can't watch us live, you can still, if you donate before the session, you can still affect the outcome of things. If you donate afterwards, that's also great too, but you won't get any cool perks.
other than knowing that you're an awesome person.
Other than knowing you're an honest person. The second charity thing that I'm a part of is Greg and V's Extra Life stream. Greg Reynolds and V Labs are two great friends who have done Extra Life stuff long before I was even under the idea of doing something.
They are a couple of the sweetest people I've ever met and are super into wrestling, and it's great.
And they're doing a live stream on November 9th, and I am doing a run-through of what I'm calling Relics of Infinity, which is the same setting that we'll be using for our next long-term show, and I'll get to that in a moment. But it's a rollicking pulp adventure, and they just posted the donation levels to affect their particular game. Like, you can name their characters, you can name their pets, you can name their items. And we'll post a link to that on the Patreon as well, if you want to donate that ahead of time. And much like the Alien stream, you can donate during the thing to hopefully raise money. And I was honored because they're basically selling this as like, this is the main event. This is the, like, everything else is just us fucking around and playing video games, but this is the really cool thing.
Did I tell you how excited they were? I saw them at like Joanne's the other day. And like, they're like, we're so super excited about this. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be super fun. I'm super excited for it.
It's gonna be great, and it's also going to feature Sharif Jackson, who is one of the players on Rivals of Waterdeep.
He used to go to 42 a lot, didn't he?
Mm-hmm, he did. And so we've got a little bit of celebrity guests there. Then on the 13th of November, that's when our final series of 2019 starts, and that is going to be Escape from the Hollow Earth. That's also part of the Relics of Infinity setting. It's a pulp action 1936 chase around Nazis and feed them to dinosaurs kind of game. And we are also very happy to announce that the lovely and talented Miss Jennifer Higgins will be joining us for that show as well. We've had a ton of fun playing with you, Jenny, and we hope that whenever we have the opportunity to get you back to this table, that you come to it, because you have really been a great addition to the loop, and we really had a ton of fun playing with you. So
thank you. And anytime that you make the invitation and I'm able to do it, I am happy to. This has been a really good time.
I feel like you might be a good resource to tap when we do some live shows, because I know that's usually when our availability shifts, because people have these things called real lives where they go and do stuff or have jobs. So dropping in on one of our live shows, I think will be something that we definitely will look into. And this is something that we've determined thanks to the discussions with our Patreon backers. Next year, all of our live shows are going to be us playing the classic West End Ghostbusters role-playing game.
What?
Oh yeah.
Did I miss that? I did.
You did. It's okay.
For a second, I thought Rob was going to say something else, and I was like, did we change?
No. No, I did. I was considering there is an excellent indie RPG called Inspectors, which is a very similar game. Except it's reframed as Ghostbusters the reality TV show.
Nice.
So it's kind of like The Office meets Ghostbusters. It's fabulous.
Nice.
But I felt like the old game, like, it's a very simple, easy sell for people who are wandering into this live show who are like, what is this? What are you doing? Oh, we're all pretending to be Ghostbusters. Oh, I know how to do that. Mm-hmm. And that again plays into some of our strengths of us being fairly amusing, and also me being able to be really spooky and creep the creep out of everybody, and then you go, all right, light them up. Plus that reminds me, I do have some sources for sound effects that some of my friends who are Ghostbusters sent me to, so you can make the Podio versions of those really sweet. All right, So our Escape from the Hollow Earth starts on November 13th, and that's going to play for 3 episodes. And then we're going to hit Merry Sithmas, which, while we are away from our regular schedule, because we're having our big meeting at GameholeCon to figure out what we're doing next year. So while we're figuring that out and getting things lined up, in the month of December, we're going to be releasing some of our audio from our Patreon for free. Like it's been trapped long enough. We should get it out there. So we've got a pair of Star Wars Saga Edition episodes that will hopefully tide you over until January rolls around and we get started on our next show. So, what?
Cliffhangers on the Star Wars episode. Never gonna be solved, Rob.
Yes, but Ghostbusters. Have you seen Ghostbusters? This is another.
Yes, I have seen.
I literally have to
It's
ask.
a legit question at this point.
Are
Yeah.
we?
You know what?
Is the theme song for the Ghostbusters going to be part
It is not in the
our
public domain.
amazing workaround for Star Wars?
Oh, are we going to do a Ghostbusters acapella? We'll have to look at some options. I've actually seen a couple of options that
Okay, cool.
some companies have done, and there are a couple of other podcasts that I'm listening to that I'm like, how did they get around these particular issues?
I'm excited for our podcast listeners to listen to our opening for the Star Wars ones. That's my excitement right there.
as the downloads go, and the suicide rate goes. All right, does anyone else have anything to say to our fabulous public before we sign off for tonight?
Hey,
We
Bill.
love you.
Yes,
We love you, and thank you so much for watching our show. You know.
All right,
exciting.
so then I
What she
guess
said.
for Theater of the Mind players, this is
Johnny P. Thompson, Allison Bree,
Ethan Exit Anderson.
Sarah Babe,
Jenny Higgins.
Jordan Fishburne.
Tony Cheek.
and as always our lovely and talented Lord of the Board.
Brad Davis.
And I'm your host, Rob Whelan, just saying once again, repeat to yourself, it's just a game. I should really just relax. We'll see you next time, everybody.